too damn bad.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Keep digging.
Well, that's all in the recording. Yay!
It's a great movie.
Speaking of grandpas, nope. That's not a good segue at all. Kate, you got anything to talk about?
Well, speaking of grandpas, if
Perfect.
you know what I mean, you can check out the official, unofficial Fonkey Casuals t-shirt design and sticker design on my Redbubble.
Yay!
Go check it out.
Yay!
You can get it on shirts, you can get it on hats, you can get it on sweatpants, you can get it on duvets, you can get it on a clock. You can get it on just about anything you can think of at Redbubble.com.
What about real dolls?
Real dolls?
Don't worry about it. Continue.
Oh, hell no.
Sorry, continue.
Redbubble doesn't have teddy bears to print on, unfortunately. I don't get the reference Justin is making.
It's probably better that way.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
But I've actually just partnered with Bad Dragon. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey! Along the same vein.
No. No. Yeah, that's it. You can go check it out. Woo! Woo!
I would never mind. So,
Don't finish
Tyrannosaurus
that sentence.
tentacles.
I would take a sponsorship from Bad Dragon. Let's go.
You would take a lot from Bad Dragon.
You would. Speaking of taking a lot of things, before we begin, actually, because I forgot. Just like last week, my memories were also erased. Because you all safely escorted the Tree of Hope out of Dol Shadar, let's quickly do a level up to level 11.
What? I don't even have my character sheet up. What the hell am I doing?
Do we have any combat between 10 and 11?
No.
There was
I don't think
emotional damage.
There was emotional
folks.
combat. So,
It was emotional
as per
combat
usual,
for Doe.
Antyr, roll a d6.
I don't like this Times New Roman.
I'm rolling. 4!
Yay.
Not too bad.
Hopper,
Not too
are
bad.
you going Artificer or Fighter?
Oh,
Fighter, you
I
get
don't
extra
know.
attack.
If I go Artificer, yeah. If I go Fighter, I get an extra attack. But if I go if I go Artificer, I might get my 3rd level spells. Then I could pester, Antyr with counter spells.
You could.
I think I'm gonna go Fighter. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
Fighter.
d10.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll in real life, but I swear I'm not lying. 6.
Perfect. Grin, Paladin or Warlock?
Warlock.
D8.
That is a 1.
Reroll.
Oof.
That is another 1.
Reroll.
Oh, you're having no luck.
7.
Yay.
Nice.
Hey, Vonkar just got another extra attack. Alright, and then Doe, D8.
4. Solid.
Okay. Now that that's done, last we left off, you all fiddled about in the Archmage's chamber for Caven Idris, discovering that that nervous, neurotic mage was actually the ruling Archmage of Dol Shadar during its prime. You pored over everything in his chambers, finding illusory walls, an enchanted window that looked into pandemonium, a magical illusory necklace, and a cabinet filled with memory potions. Scouring through these memories, you've learned that Doe was created in this very tower during the heyday of Dol Shadar after their elvish parents brought the elvish corpse of a child into the tower, sold it to Caven Idris, and over the years he experimented on it, eventually turning it into the first of the Mimicborn, which you saw through memories. In the final memory, Doe was seen defending the Tree of Hope in Dol Shadar with other Mimicborn before the city fell and the Mimicborn were killed, and Doe's memory was shattered. Coming out of the memories, Doe had a panic attack, talking about their staff and Mortimer, and eventually deduced that Mortimer may have been a pawn for Cave and Idris the whole time to try to figure out what Doe was up to. So you passed through the illusory wall, discovered the room where Doe was made, discovered a brain in a jar that seemed to be super stoked that there was someone with high intelligence in the room and kept bumping around in its jar all excitedly. You discovered the Professor Orb named Professor Orkir, who asked if you were here to save him from his master, and a flesh golem that looked like Doe's father Mortimer was found under a sheet. Dealt with all that fun stuff, took the Professor Orb along, and Vonkar triggered a power word kill spell leading into the basement, but because he was over 100 hit points, he was fine, and the trap was dispelled. And if anyone else had done it, they would have died. And you all descended into the basement, where you saw an orrery showing Delnaster being besieged by the Old Moon, which is now destroyed, and passed through a doorway marked with a root and saw that a ley line had been running through this tower and was being experimented on. Professor Orkir believed that Cave and Idris had succeeded in his plan to corrupt the ley lines by imbuing a portion of himself in the Everlasting Arbor as his sort of phylactery, in a way. And over the years since he did so, he became so tethered to the ley lines that he could possibly control them, thus bringing about his own grand restoration upon reading about the ley lines restorations and how they don't destroy the planet and they don't kill anybody when they do their restoration. And somehow this dirty little wizard messed it all up. Party theorized that he was leading you all in a specific direction towards a Tree of Hope. You all left the tower after casting telepathic bond between everybody but Doe, just so you could communicate. Because, Doe stuff's weird. You all left the tower, made your way through the city, encountering more of the shadows, which seemed slightly more active. Professor Orkir seemed frightened of figures he called Smilers, and you all reached the base of the Tree of Hope and saw the bodies from the memories all perfectly preserved there in death. Grin flew towards the tree, and the tree seemed to attack Grin and try to suffocate Grin and choke Grin out. Hopper approached with the branch in hand, which launched out of their hand, restored the tree, and relaxed its grip on Grin. And as the tree reconnected with its branch, it began to shrink down to the size of a bonsai tree, just as it kind of unleashed a magical tremor. Antyr pulled the tree out, planted it in a pumpkin tankard with the soil acquired from the Everlasting Arbor, and just as this little occurred, the city of Dol Shadar began to glow in a violet light as a man's laughter could be heard as the entire city teleported away and trying to find a way off the continent. Flitz Tumblepots was contacted, who teleported you all to the city of Halasar. And that's where we're going to pick up, as you all kind of arrived in the central square of Halasar, standing before a memorial dedicated to the heroes who sacrificed their lives to defend this city during the war, after the War of Ascension. The cityscape is composed of angular obsidian buildings and paved obsidian streets. Although repairs have been done since the city's release from stasis, signs of the ancient devastation are still visible, but the city has become livable once more. Towering bipedal constructs made of stained glass are helming most of the repairs and work around the city. Now that you're all standing here and not someplace just enshrouded in gloom and darkness, you can see Flitz has aged a decade or two since you last saw him 2 weeks prior. He just looks haggard and ruined and just tired. And again, 2 decades older.
Monsieur Timbo, fucking hell. Monsieur Thumblepot, are you alright? Has it been a while? It does not.
No. It's been
more than a few
2
days.
weeks since we've seen each other. When the Everlasting Arbor was destroyed, the magical tether for the weave began to fade. We've already begun to witness death of magical creatures, and those brought back to life through magic are dying as well. And Flitz kind of looks down at their hands and shakes them out.
I'm gonna glance at Vonkar real quick. Feel like
No, he
better
looks
watch out
fine.
for each other. Yeah, Vonkar looks fine.
yeah, Vonkar
but
looks
we
great.
both died. We both died though.
I've had to bury almost everyone I know just in these 2 weeks. Just the scale of the devastation in such a short time makes me dread what's to come.
I'm sorry for your losses.
And we have no plans.
Oh, yeah.
If you would come with us to a more secure location, we could tell you the new information we might have uncovered.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, come on. And Grin's gonna put a hand on him and do a heart sense real quick.
Okay. Chaotic neutral.
Okay. But that's he would have to do a save for that part. But
Tired, haggard, nervous.
current emotional state.
Yeah, nervous,
Okay.
frightened, but trying not
Okay.
to show it.
Okay, cool.
And dying,
Woof.
because Flitz was
Okay.
also brought back by magic,
Yeah.
as were Vonkar, Grin from the crater, Hopper from falling into the dough made by magic. Yeah, hold on. I can get us someplace safe.
All right.
And Flitz is gonna like limp over to like the side of the monument, place a hand on it, and cast a demi-plane, and open up a shadowy doorway. Just, and they step inside.
I'll follow him in.
Same.
There.
Okay. Cool. There's a few other doorways, shadowy doorways that stretch off from here, but you're kind of just like in a central chamber that's kind of just empty. Like a stone chamber, nothing really to it, but there are other shadowy doors on other areas of the wall, and Flitz just pulls up a chair. There's like a couple chairs, and just pulls up a chair, pulls up some other chairs for you all, and just sits down, trying to catch their breath. Okay, so what do you got?
We have a sapling.
I don't know what that means.
We have the Tree of Hopes sapling,
Oh,
I think.
and what are you gonna do with that?
Well, we need to go to
Represent-
Yeah, we need to take it to the city
Yep.
beneath.
Yeah, the former city of Embers, you know, that crater.
Oh, you're going into the crater. You did mention the
Yeah.
crater. Oh yeah, you wanted me
He
to
said it
teleport you to
was
the crater,
crazy,
right?
yeah. That it was a lot going on over there.
And you said there's a city underneath the crater?
Yes.
My friends and I, 6 years ago, we all were in a city under the city of Embers. Is it the same city? The Undercity was an attachment to the city of Embers, so maybe not.
What's it called? Elkamir?
No, it was just the Undercity. It's where the mages of the city kept their experiments and stuff. We fought.
I think this
I
was
met the
further,
party. Well, we fought a giant worm with the face of a baby.
maybe. Oh.
That
Well, I
sounds
think it's
bad.
further. Yeah, I think it was further than that.
Oh. Okay.
We really don't know, truly.
Oh. Okay. Do you want help? Like backup?
Well, we don't really know what we're getting into. Like, it could just be a nice little jaunt over to the thing and then plant a tree, or, you know, it could be 10 dragons all at once. We don't know.
I mean,
So,
I've killed
the
I've
first
ki-
thing is to just look.
My friends and I have killed dragons before. It's fine.
And you did mention that like the crater itself is like suffused with
Whatever errant magic was stored below the city is kind of like erupted outward. And
So it's
Yeah.
like a field,
no, it's just
like a distortion field.
no, it's just it's hard to explain because there really isn't a word for it.
well, we really don't need a word for it. We just need to find ourselves
The best way I can describe it is unstable.
right. Well, we need to get to that crater, and I assume to the bottom of it, if it and see if we can uncover a passage below, or do you know of any other passages deeper within the?
There was the Undercity, but it's most likely gone when the explosion happened. The crater,
When
they
the-
say they people have said that went down. They said there's like a gaping wound at the bottom of the crater,
Yeah, that might be what we're aiming for.
but no one's really
Do-
gone. No one's went down there yet.
Whenever Cathatuuin was floating,
Yeah.
like hovering, was it the shape of the island? Was it like a came to like a
Yeah,
point?
it came to a
Or was
point.
it like a more like a okay?
Yeah, because when you all like before pre-campaign arrived on the airships, yeah, it was very much came to a point.
Okay.
And then like that, like round,
Yeah.
or and then
With like
water,
water
and
that was
shit.
like falling
Yeah.
off the side. Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
So like when the comet was up in the
Um,
sky, you couldn't like sail around it. No, you could. It was open up enough that you could, but you can't sail too far in one direction with just a ship because you would literally just dive.
Like the people, the the far less intelligent people probably were like, "Yep, flat Earth,
Yeah,
flat Del
Earth is real.
Nazra."
I've been to Cathatuuin. Flat Earth is
Flat
real.
Del
It's all
Nazra,
flat.
100%.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it had a pointed bottom.
So that city probably, wherever we're headed, is probably royally messed up because of those events.
Well, if you
Crashing
recall,
down.
and Professor Orkier kind of floats out of Grin's backpack.
Oh yeah.
If you recall, I have a vast knowledge of the Elkamirian Empire. It's one of my areas of expertise, the Elkamirian Empire, the weave, the elder trees or the eel deer, and how to make the perfect cup of coffee, just in case the pitch didn't sell you before.
Yeah, we
Probably-
just need to find coffee beans.
Can you conjure those?
No.
Oh well,
The only
you can
spell
make
I
the cup, but you can't provide.
the only spell I can cast is Mage Hand.
Oh well, that's nifty.
It's how
Okay,
I keep
well-
myself floating around.
Professor, what was your name again?
Orkier.
I definitely spelled that Orknir, but
That's fine.
or
I glow blue when they're close.
oh, that's interesting. All right, well, would you
Great.
care to shed a little bit
When
of light?
orcs are near or coffee bean, I need to know.
When orcs are near.
the coffee beans.
When coffee beans are close,
He
I glow blue.
vibrates.
Yeah, that's canon.
He gets caffeine high just being around coffee beans. Well, could you shed some wisdom, some of your knowledge
Yes,
of
of course.
this?
Oh, yes. I'd
Alchemy.
be happy to. And the tangent begins as he happily tells everybody about it.
He's been waiting so patiently.
Yes.
Can we walk to a port or something? Flitz, do you know of a
Oh,
port nearby?
there's a ferry. There's a ferry to the south. It heads to the mainland. It takes it's like
I thought all the Fae were gone.
a ferry, like a fucking raft.
Oh, like a
Like a
boat
boat?
ferry.
yeah.
Ferry.
Yes.
Apologies.
No,
It's
it's
been
fine.
a lot lately.
I feel you. Yeah, the Elkamir, as you're all walking towards the ferry,
Yep.
the Elkamirian Empire was a society of elves from the Shadowfell, or Fae from the Shadowfell, that had originally, once things started getting a little scary for them. In the Shadowfell, they moved to the Feywild, but the Fey and Archfey of the Feywild weren't too keen on such a relationship and kicked them out. So with nowhere to go, the Elkamirians, these giant Fey elves, moved to this empty place, brought their trees with them, and grew life from those. Your flying cities come from their magic. All magic comes from their magic. The Weaver married one of the Elkamirians, they say, and had a child. Their gods disappeared during the War of Ascension, so there's these lost, shadowy gods in the Shadowfell that no one knows about, which is very exciting. And then one day their empire disappeared. They were wrongly called the Cathatuuin by other historians and scholars, hence the name of the city of Cathatuuin, or the name of this continent rather, in the City of Embers. And these were Elkamirians were 10 to 12 feet tall, lithe, slender builds, oval-shaped heads, and large, big ol' orb-like black eyes, and they were very attuned with the weave and the true thread that they studied and used. And were the growers of the trees. The original tenders.
So they are the Fae who brought magic to
Correct.
to this plane.
And the Weaver, who was one of these Feywild Fae, married one of the Elkamirians, and she came here and became one of your gods.
Which
Okay.
one?
The Weaver.
Darza.
And her husband became one of the mysterious Shadowfell gods.
Oh, so evil.
No, the Elkamirian gods were neutral.
Oh, the place that they reside is just not great.
Correct.
Okay.
The names of these gods still exist, and I assume would still exist within Elkamir. There was the only two gods I can recall knowing were the murder of crows and the long woman. The woman with legs, the many-legged woman, something along those lines.
Right.
Well, that sounds fun.
Translation.
Long-legged woman. Got
The
it.
many-legged woman, the woman of 100 legs.
Grin's going
Oh.
towards Torger.
Very leggy woman.
It's not affiliated to spiders, is it?
No, it's centipedes.
Or the direct conflicting nemesis of spiders. I don't know. Okay, so to tie this all into what...
But the murder of crows was a god tied to corvids, ravens, and believed in retribution and stuff. They as I have to pull up my notes. They
Stuff and
were
things.
they were
Hey, all gods rule over stuff and things.
yeah, you know,
Life needs life to live.
it's true.
Life needs things to
Let's see,
live.
yeah. Where is it here? Yeah. Oh, there's the Shadow Worm. That's a different one. But yeah, the murder of crows was the Elkamirian god of secrets, hidden knowledge, and corvids. The god of secrets, confession, guilt, and hidden knowledge.
Okay, okay. Good to know. Now, how does this
God, bring
correlate?
Antyr out of character.
How does this correlate to what we need to do?
Well, the city fell during the War of Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
It was. No one knows why, but the Elkamirian gods stayed. The Elkamirian gods stayed behind in Elkamir to defend their people from the gods' war, and everyone disappeared. Elkamir was then utilized during the War of Ascension by the Elkamirian named Sulfar, and he sacrificed the life force of every creature in that city to ascend to the god known as Armathnin,
Oh,
who then, from what I gathered, perished 6 years ago.
gonna look over at Flitz because I
Yeah,
doesn't know if it's them or not. But
Flitz would show a sign of recognition of the name Armathnin.
there's that whole bullshit centers around that whole fucking group.
Yeah.
So to put it, I mean, you've paid attention. You
So
you
it's a
understand.
city of the gods, city of these magically reality time ensnared elves.
So the goal for us is to plant this tree, this sapling, within the soils of where the first tree was. One of the first trees was ever planted, which is within Elkamir, correct?
Yes, the Elkamirians grew the everlasting arbor in Elkamir,
So we have to plant that tree there, or the sapling there.
and then you would need the specific type of water the Elkamirians used.
So that's not the water that we have.
No, you guys do have it. You took some of
Oh.
it. It was also in the everlasting arbor.
We shake the water skin.
Yeah, you filled up a water skin with it.
Yeah. So we have some of that. It's good.
And from what I know, the tree should grow instantaneously and restore whatever corruption has sown the old ley lines in. That's all I know.
So
Have
we're
you ever
essentially.
heard of?
No, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of a beast known as Arcane's Bane?
Oh, yes. Master Caven spoke about it in depth, and his desire to tame it. But it should be fine. He feared the creator of Arcane's Bane, so he never went for it.
Riddle you this: that creator is no longer living.
Then we're fucked.
Well, I think we're okay if we could get to Elkamir in time. Maybe.
Then we're possibly not fucked.
But if we have to, we do have a mission that we have to go into the belly of that creature.
Then we're
and
fucked.
Kill it. Yeah. Yeah. This is how we
Flit-
felt.
You,
this,
you have
the
to go
last
inside
few weeks. Mhm.
the big thing.
It was a baited prophecy of some sort.
Prophecies are bullshit.
Well,
Oh,
no, they kind of are. I think from
They
the
kind of
events that have
are.
transpired, it feels as though nothing has really felt in line with the prophecies from what we've experienced.
Well,
yet Arcane's Bane is free.
Yeah, that's true. Flitz.
Yeah.
Your group was also what is referred to, or what we will continue to call ourselves, as the Fate Touched, or the Fate Touched.
sure.
So, did your group that you know of receive any kind of prophecies or foreboding omens of the events that were to transpire?
Well, Ven kind of got visions from Armathnin, and eventually Ven became this champion of the creator god and killed Armathnin, so I don't know what that was about.
Alright. But did you ever receive something and then something completely threw off your entire plan and then you had to readjust? And
Oh, yeah.
your success? Okay. So you're still here, so that bodes well for us, right?
Oh, I
is
died.
Oh,
Druk died too, so Druk's also hinging on
I do
dying
not-
from resurrection.
I do not
Dax
think Mr.
died.
Fitz is going to be with
Ven
us for combat.
died. I think out of our entire group, the only one who never died was Coin.
well, that's good. As one of you to carry on your legacy.
What great words of motivation.
It's
That's who I am.
classic Antyr.
But I haven't heard from any of them. Druk and I know the last time I heard from Druk, he was with Dax. He was trying to find Dax. He's
A
on
trusted ally.
he's not doing well. And then Coin, I haven't heard from. Haven't heard from Ven since he flew off on his magic hand, and that's that.
Well, you worry about sticking with us, and we'll worry about fixing what is considered, I guess, broken at this point.
Perfect. And hey, if you die,
Fiddlesticks, I guess.
I have experience with dealing with it. Does that
Dealing
help?
with people who are dead. Sure. I mean, I don't plan on dying, but if I do, then it's great that you have a ability to.
I could have died
Fix it.
worse.
Oh.
I drowned.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's maybe we should change up your story. It's not really a exciting way to.
It's fine. That's
Alright.
the weird thing, though. With this weave collapsing, reality collapsing, this timeline collapsing as it is right now, the way people have died seem to be coming back to claim them. When I
Oh.
wake up every morning, I choke out seawater.
I thought it was almost like a Final Destination type.
Yeah.
No, like the way that the way they died, it kind of slowly starts to like take a grip of them again. So Druk would randomly wake up one day being squished, just crushed, because
So
Druk
was
got
that
killed
was
by a
a-
Dow. It crushed him.
what?
Yeah, I have
No, that,
I have a document that has everyone's death and when it happened in
I
episodes.
thought the
and
only
everything.
time Druck died was when he shot the mirror.
No, you didn't die from that. You just got cursed.
No.
Yeah, you didn't die from that.
Okay.
Because if you died from that, Druk would have come back as like a dragon zombie. That was in the notes. Regardless, Druk died before. And I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, Flitz says they wake up every morning choking out seawater, and that death, the way people died, is coming back for them.
I've never been happier for Kenna to already be dead.
All right. So we just need to get to Elkamir. There's Elkamir. There's. I just hope that this. What was that name? The person. Caven doesn't get there before us, or get to Arcane Spain before we have a chance to do anything.
Well, yeah, from what you said before, it was like it eats magic and it jumps places, so maybe finding it's hard?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to look upon it, but that was quickly. It moves quickly. It does shift.
Have you
And
thought about looking at it again? Or at least maybe even like looking on Caven? That whoever they are?
I worry that with Kaven's abilities, if they are as strong as they say they are, then either they can resist or they can potentially see. I don't know. I don't know much about their capabilities. I can definitely attempt to, sure. I'll do it when we're on the ferry on a boat. If they decide to look back, then
Master Caven believed all other spellcasters were beneath him. There is a chance he might not even feel worth to conceal his movement.
well, this would be potentially beneficial for us if they decide that.
He's been a voyeur for us for too long. He deserves a little, taste of his own medicine.
It's true. I've been listening in. Yeah, I'll do it when we're on the boat, just to be sure.
Okay. As you move through the city, you pass by what looks like a museum, a massive university dedicated to magic, which looks like it is currently closed, and as are the campus. Yeah, cathedral. You pass by an auction house, which eventually brings you to this kind of small little pontoon boat thing, almost. And a bunch of people are just kind of getting onto it.
Right. Saddle up onto the ship. How long is this? Do we know how long this trip is? I'll just ask to the open.
Like 3 hours.
Do you know what will be dropped off?
Oh, somewhere within the jungle of lost primals.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, wait. Yep.
That's the
Sounds-
jungle where Antyr and Hopper landed.
Yeah, Hard Rock,
Right.
Hard Rock
Found-
Grove.
Met
Yeah.
Antigothel.
This is what
Okay.
side we came on.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah, it kind of docks in there where this creepy old lady had her house.
Oh, well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Want some onions?
Oh, that's the thing for the rabbit. Hopper likes onions, right?
I take great offense to that, but yes, I would like some onions.
They just
You don't need to be offended. It's
Okay.
a vegetable.
so it's 3 copper, and you get yourself this little. And he pulls like a little ceramic jug and shakes it. And you can hear like onions and like a liquid inside splashing around.
Pickled onions.
Yeah, they're pickled onions.
Mm.
Make them myself.
No, I was hoping they would be battered and fried.
No.
And cut to bloom.
Anybody want pickled onions?
Perhaps. I think I will pass on the pickled onions.
Any? Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I've heard that pickled onions taste just like cheesecake.
Anyone else?
Don't do
Yeah,
much of
yeah,
that, no!
yeah. Pickled onions taste just like cheesecake.
No.
3 copper gets you the jar.
Here you go, 3 copper.
You're not. I don't think that. I don't believe that it tastes like cheesecake, but this might taste very good.
And Doe's gonna take the copper from Antyr and just give it to them, and then take the
Thanks.
jar. Is it a twist, or is it like
It's like a clay pot with like a little like cork and cheesecloth keeping it sealed, or
Doe's
twine
gonna,
and cheesecloth.
Doe's gonna carefully take it off and get a nice big whiff of
Yeah,
it.
it smells like pickled onions, like a big old head of pickled onions.
And their long tongue goes inside and wraps
Oh.
around a single one, and it takes it out. They're just looking at it.
Yeah, they're like tiny little like Vidalia onions almost.
Oh, I was thinking just giant fucking pickled onions.
I also
they
sell
just-
onion candy and onion
Old
chocolates.
yellow onions.
And they roll it into their mouth.
It's interesting texture.
And they're like, onions are getting a little bit stuck in their teeth.
Interesting.
I also sell chocolate covered onions. You can play as a prank, make your friends think they're eating candy apples.
Our friends are here currently, so I don't think we can prank each other if we do. But we already bought these.
Oh,
You could
It'll be
get
very
some
clever, though.
Arcus.
Here, why don't I do this? I'll give you a gold, and then that will... Because I don't feel like you're going to make much of a profit today, so here you go.
basically the gold to go away.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Not my onions.
And they saunter off whistling and pocket the gold, and then go up to another group of people, and you can see they're purposely annoying another group of people in the hopes that they'll be paid to leave.
It's the smartest thing you could do. And then
Hey, I got
Antyr-
pickled onions. I got that.
Once the boat begins, Antyr will do. Gonna focus on. Oh my god, these spell slots that I'm burning through. Is gonna focus on Craven, but we know a bit more about them, so we know what they go by. Does anybody have that locket?
Doe took it.
Doe, can I borrow that locket, please?
Doe just in the middle of taking another couple bites of onions, just they go with their hand, they're just
It's covered in onion brine.
I mean, Antyr, you also have me, which,
That's very true. Maybe it'll just help focus.
Okay. What's the penalty for an object?
What levels cry? Hello? Oh.
Five?
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm like, I have too many spells.
Hello?
Hello? Are you there? Alright. For an object, so knowledge. A couple things. So knowledge is second hand if I've heard of the target. First hand if you have met the target,
met
which
them,
we
yeah.
have. Familiar if you know the target well, which we kind of got like a focus.
You got memories and everything, I said.
Yeah. So that's a -5 plus a picture likeness, possession or garment, body part, locket of hair. So it's a -9 at the moment.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, because it's -4 for possession, which is a locket,
Yeah.
and then -5 for the
Okay.
knowing the target
And
well.
you're not aware that somebody's scrying on you unless you have certain things on top of you. So -9 will bring the result to a 16.
Yeah, my DC is a 21. Oh shit, that's a really high roll.
Okay.
How is your DC 21?
Girly Pap, I got that robe of the Archmage and my Astral
Oh.
Core.
Yeah, Ogden's wizard coat.
Damn.
Alright, yeah, you
Boofed out.
you all see Antyr go kind of catatonic on the ferry as it's sailing, and Antyr, you're walking down a moist, humid, damp environment. There's no like sounds of footfalls. It's kind of like soft and squelchy. The only source of light is this little like globe that's being conjured about 60 feet away and illuminating what looks like the digestive system of some massive creature, but there's also like buildings and structures inside the anatomy. And you can see weird little creatures that you recognize that you fought in the prison for Arcane's Bane, that it was like spewing out of its skin. Those like flying things and all the other little like creepy crawlies. There's a bunch of them crawling all over the terrain. And they seem almost repelled by you as you're strolling down this chamber. And the architecture is unfamiliar that is like growing inside of this thing. It's like natural. biological architecture. Like someone essentially took the flesh of this thing and bones and from the inside and just made like a whole city inside of it, ecosystem and everything. And that's what you'd get.
Uh-oh. Alright. Well, that's not good. Everyone works quick. We might have a slight issue, everyone. They have found their way to the bowels of Arcane's Bane.
Oh, nuts.
We should have known it was coming. Just realized how quickly it would be.
Yeah.
Doe, make a wisdom saving throw. Minus 5.
That's rude, but okay.
That's pretty good.
11, and that's already with the -5.
Okay.
I'm still Do I feel weird?
No.
Or okay. Doe is still eating their pickled onions.
So what do we do now?
We have a goal where we're headed. I think we just need to stick to it.
We should see if we can find stuff for good coffee.
I mean, we're gonna have places along the way. The closer we get to that crater, I think the less civilization we're going to be dealing with. We'll be dealing probably with a lot of... I don't know.
Is my sense of geography off? Because I feel like we're not on the same landmass. So we need to... How are we getting there?
What do you mean? We are.
We are?
Yes. Alistar was like a small island north of the Ember City. But we're still in Cathatuuin. We're taking a boat to the close to the jungle of the Lost Primals.
Yeah.
Which is where Hopper and myself met, and when we traveled from there to the city. There's a road that should lead us in that direction.
Alright. Alright, sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
I think we need to make haste if possible.
Yeah. Grin starts walking.
You're still on the raft.
Yeah, we gotta wait.
We're on a
boat.
raft.
Ferry.
We're on the ferry.
We're taking a ferry from Halisar to the mainland.
Oh.
3-hour car ride.
Halisar's like in the middle of a bay.
Yeah.
On the continent still.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
But after about 3 hours, the ferry kind of comes up to like a docking point that leads into this like dense and thick like tropical jungle. And 12 miles to the left down that road, Antyr and Hopper, you'd know, is Heart Rock Grove where Auntie Gothel lived. And then the right road leads down towards the City of Embers. And it's a few days of travel, but you have Cornelius and the wagon.
Oh, we do. I forgot about that.
Does the jungle look like... Oh no, I'm looking at the road now. Never mind. My question is moot.
It's a jungle?
It's a jungle.
Yeah, the jungle
Why did
you
we
and
go through
you
the
and
jungle?
the jungle you and Antyr met in. This is that jungle. And you would have landed in Port Brithel when you two arrived on the continent. You came from Port Brithel down, so you know your way.
Okay, cool. Cool. We're just heading back to the city. Just like way back at the beginning. Except
All
now we have a
roads
ride.
lead to the city of Ember, what used to be.
Okay. The right road then?
Yep, headed south.
Alrighty. So you all clamber in the back of the wagon with Flitz and begin making your way southwards towards where the city of Embers used to be.
Oh, there's been a scenery change.
And you have to pass through this place, so I'll pull that up. Alrighty.
During the journey, Antyr would want to do a chrono recall on the locket to see if if it was ever touched or
Sure.
messed with.
Sure, and if the spell it's like a week without upcasted?
It's a month. History, yeah, you gain glimpses of insight into the object's history over the last month.
Okay. So you cast Chrono Recall on the locket, and for a month you just see it lying on the floor.
Yep, that's what Antyr was expecting.
But occasionally there's footfalls.
So it wasn't. Okay, so it wasn't like in an abandoned place necessarily. There were movements around. Okay.
Yeah, like almost like a daily occurrence of footfalls in that like chamber.
Shit. Okay, that makes sense. Just wanted to be. We should. Okay.
Alrighty. Anybody doing anything else on the travel? It's about a day with Cornelius.
All the way to the city?
To the edge of the
Edge of the crater.
to the edge of the crater. Yeah.
I'm gonna try fishing with a net again.
Okay. Yeah, you're like traveling along a river, so you can do that just out of the wagon.
Trolling.
All right. Big ol' survival check, I believe.
Oh, okay. Whee!
And I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was a lot of days on the sea, so you'd have proficiency in like a fishing kit now, if you were doing it like every day during the trip.
I rolled a 19 plus 1.
Nice.
All right, and then yeah, you can add your proficiency bonus if you're
Plus 4, then.
okay.
I am proficient with the net.
Okay. Perfect. So you're using a rod or a net then for fishing, like a net on a rope.
Net.
Okay. So you've cast it out. Maybe 3 seconds later, you sense that this river is teeming with aquatic life, and you feel something big get caught in the net, and the net begins to like pull you forward. Oh! You get yanked off the wagon. Vonkar goes to grab you by the ankles. He's holding onto your ankles as you're like splayed out, Superman style. Give me an athletics check with advantage, or you can choose to have Vonkar try to pull you and the catch in. He has a plus 13.
Yeah, I'm just keeping a grip.
Okay.
I'm not doing any pulling.
So I'll give him advantage then. So it's going to be a 23. A 23, yeah. He yanks you back into the wagon. Your net comes flying with, lands on your chest, and inside is like a 30-pound carp. Like a jungle carp.
Oh, God.
Holy
Just flailing on your
cow.
stomach. Just...
This will-
And it's like 35 pounds. Just this massive fish. It's like flopping around in the back of the wagon.
Do you want it dead, or are you keeping it, or are you throwing it back?
Flitz covers their ears the entire time
Oh yeah. Poor
It's
baby.
and just
real,
goes
right?
wide-eyed.
Is there something wrong?
Yeah. Grin, Grin
I
takes
can
one
hear
of
it
his-
screaming.
Grin takes one of his swords and just
Yeah,
on top of the head.
it dies.
We got some food.
And that gets added to the kill tracker.
Yeah, that's good food for Cornelius too.
Giant carp.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 35-pound just monster of like a tan colored or a ruddy brown colored fish.
Hey Cornelius, what's your favorite part? The tail?
I've never eaten
Yeah.
fish before. I was a mule before.
Oh, right. You want the head?
Sure. He like stops the wagon, gets unhitched. Just like he's a large creature. He's like 10 feet, like long or whatever, and like just this 6-legged panther just like clambers up into the wagon and just snatches it out the head out of your hands, and then just munches on it so ferociously that it kind of a lot of the meat and remains kind of splat in the wagon, and it's all over like his face. And he hops down, and then gets rehitched up, and the wagon continues with now a headless carp.
I'm going to prepare it to be cooked for our next meal.
Okay, that'll be a survival check.
Oh
With
right. Oh no.
cooks utensils, if you're proficient with
No.
those.
Is anybody sure? Yeah, that's right. It's not hardtack, sir.
That's very true.
I'm not proficient. So
You have cook's tools, right?
Yeah, but this doesn't have proficiency bonus in them.
Okay.
Oh, Grin, you can do it. You can do it.
And
Oh!
Doe's gonna pat you on the back with a free hand that they have. They're so used to having the staff in their hand. They're like, they need to keep doing stuff. They pat you on the back, and they're gonna give you a bardic inspiration.
It's not gonna help too much, but how much? How much
No.
is it?
A D10, 1d10 to roll.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
You got this.
1. For a total of 4 on the roll.
A natural 1?
No, I got a 2 plus 1.
Oh,
No.
That's another 1.
You don't
For a
ruin
total of
it. You
4.
just can't figure out its anatomy.
Yeah.
So you kind of like
There's
cut
a
into
lot
it a
of
little bit.
bones. It's very bony.
Yeah, it's a.
Carp
Yeah,
is very
yeah,
Are
bony.
they? Yeah, they are. A lot of its organs kind of spill out on Antyr's feet while you're trying to like prepare it. So it just doesn't have any innards, and
It's
it,
so big.
and it's kind of like lopsided with the cuts in places, but it's still intact. But yeah, as you like go to like gut it, the innards just splash out onto Antyr's feet because that's funny.
What? Problem is, it looks so easy.
You know what? When we take the next time that we get to rest, I am going to recall some knowledge on cooking, and I will assist you in procuring meals again, or creating meals. You didn't get much time with. I think I might pull from Leek's memory.
Yeah,
So for my
that's a
next
good
fucking
idea.
trance, I am going to fucking be proficient. I'm removing water vehicles, and I'm putting cooking utensils so I can start teaching
Okay.
Grin how to cook.
This is a jungle. This is a tropical rainforest, and just as all of this is happening, Andrew, you get splashed with innards, stinky fish innards. Torrential jungle monsoon, just,
ooh.
and there's no cover to this wagon.
But what did you say happened? The things lagged out.
A tropical like monsoon rainstorm, just,
Oh.
and this is a metal wagon, so it's just like ping, 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 whatever can get through the canopy of the jungle.
So loud.
Yeah, it's
Are
really.
And it's
all-
also
are all
like-
perception checks
Yeah.
relying on sound at disadvantage.
And it's also hitting
Yeah.
off the water, and as it hits the water, you can see like more aquatic life kind of coming to life because of the rain.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of which, kind of as you're like going down the road, sensing that a far more dangerous predator is approaching, you can see what looks like a 35-foot long saltwater crocodile just down into the water, and
If there's water in it, there's gators. If there's water, there's gators.
jaguars constantly kill crocodiles and caimans, so this thing sees a displacer beast and is like, nah.
Oh yeah. I forget
And
that
you
we
can
have
just-
a very scary cat
Yeah.
creature.
You see, then you just see this like the long,
love
big old
crocodiles.
crocodile swimming down the river, about like 10 feet away.
That guy's big.
And the rain keeps up for the rest of the day. And eventually, the day would come to an end. Kind of.
We're in a covered wagon, yeah?
Nope.
Nope. Cool.
We're just drenched.
Yeah. However, the day does come to an end on the outskirts of a village that Hopper and Antyr passed through this way before, called Road Phase God.
Been a long
yeah.
time.
It's been 40 days. Or no, it's been more than that because you guys were in the city for like a week or something.
Yeah.
You guys were.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if they have coffee.
The city,
Coffee
however,
beans?
or the town, the
Oh.
village, is filled with silence.
Refugees.
As I try to find what I'm looking for here.
I don't know if there would have been time for
It's
refugees.
built along. So Road Phase God is built along the river, the saltwater
Uh-huh.
river. That doesn't make sense. Brackish River. That makes more sense. Along the edges of this brackish river, and it's a lot of like raised wooden structures that are on stilts, very similar to how. Well, that place doesn't exist anymore, but Tanbrook, where
Mhm.
Fontaine was from. It's a lot of raised structures because of how close it is to the water, and you get a sense it's because they want to avoid all the predators. And near the road, there's a ramp that goes up into the settlement. From your time through here, it's a lot of just like fishing people. It's a huge fishing community that live off of the jungle and the nearby water. They have like these massive kind of single-person boats that go like along the river and have like kind of large like spring-loaded spear guns at the front that they use to take out the bigger prey and reel it in.
Cool.
Yeah. The buildings are like built under the shade of the trees, so they always stay out of like direct sunlight because the sunlight here is in this region is hot. And it's a lot of just like rough and not rough looking, but a lot of like not poor looking. What's the word? Hippie like beach people that live here.
Borderline nudist.
No, they're not like nudist colony
No?
style. They're
Okay.
they just live off the land, man, and
Gotcha.
they're like that. That's the kind of
But
vibe
not
they
as
have.
strict as
Like-
Argent was.
Yeah, they also
Okay.
they don't take anything seriously. They live day by day.
It's a vibe, yeah. I mean, with a name like this, a city name like this,
But
makes sense.
approaching today, there is nobody moving around. Everyone's kind of indoors, and you can get a rough idea why. Because just past the road a little bit, you can kind of see the encroaching devastation a little bit from the crater, and you can get a sense these people were like just outside of the blast radius.
Mm-hmm. Like, still felt the shockwave, but
Yeah.
no, like, lasting damage.
Yeah, you can see like some trees have like felled and some minor like exterior damage, but there's like no people out and about.
Okay.
You can see like people like peeking through their like windows, and because the sound of like a wagon and voices kind of alerts them. But you remember there was an inn for people who need it, and the accommodation is free because it's for people who get lost in the jungle and stuff like that.
Oh. Okay. Antyr will direct the group, Vonkar, specifically toward that inn, since we stayed there before.
Okay. So the wagon begins to climb up this encampment, and kind of goes along these raised wooden walkways, and arrives at the inn. Doesn't have a name. It's just called the inn to make it simplified for the people. And as soon as you approach, the front door kind of opens a crack, and you can see a different tavern owner than the one you met. This one is like a very old-looking turtle that's almost got like a mossy beard growing out of their chin, and they're wearing like big old like half-moon glasses so they can see, and they adjust them a little bit. It's like a very pale white turtle had liver spots almost, and like noticeable wrinkles everywhere. It was like, yeah, hello, what is going on?
We need accommodations. Do you have rooms?
Oh, come on in.
I think that was a yes.
Yeah, of course, come on in.
All right. Vonkar, you handle Cornelius. I'll handle getting us something to eat and stay in places. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, for traveling with him too late.
Yeah. We're just looking for a place to lay our heads.
Not like this.
Yes.
So, is your fireplace operational?
Yeah, of course, feel free to use it. Oh, sees the fucking carp that's being hauled around. We got big enough pots and pans too. Make like a nice booty base. Gumbo.
A nice booty base? Yeah, sure.
Gumbo, jambalaya.
All right.
Base.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Everything's
Is there
free and
anybody
fair
else?
use. It's all yours.
Is there anybody else staying here?
No, I mean, it's all you. Just yourselves.
Okay. I'm gonna give them 5 gold. It's for just for we appreciate you
Oh, thanks so
letting us
much.
stay
The
here.
fair's everyone.
Why don't you go like enjoy I don't know, a beverage or something on the house because I paid for
Don't
it.
drink.
Yeah, a water would be lovely.
No, I can't drink water. It's salty.
Shit.
I do.
All right.
Oh, I could milk the pigs and get some of their milk. Pig milk's best milk.
Ew.
Coin, would you like not coin? Torger, would you like to try pig milk?
Oh yeah. You show me milks and I'll drinks it. First thing I ever said, you guys saw walrus and milked it.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
How could you forget about that?
God. I think I blocked it from my memory.
Do you want the exact quote? 'Cause it's really good. I had to have it. I had
You
to save
wrote
it.
it down?
Yeah. You looks like you swollen in fats with milk. We's gonna get some. Yeah.
That's so good.
I do know.
There was
Iconic.
that, and then while he was milking the walrus, he said, "Gives you delicious walrus juice to us." And then, while milking the walrus, to himself reassuringly, "All right, no needs to freak out. All your friends are counting on you to get this delicious walrus juices out."
He was so unhinged.
Because part of the scavenger hunt was to get milk from an animal, and Torger milked the walrus.
We decided out of all animals, a fucking walrus would be the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Torger seems pretty okay with drinking pig milk.
Yeah, it's oh my god.
Yeah, I can have some nice warm pig milk brought to you when you go to sleep. I can bring you some nice bowls of gumbo, and then shrimp gumbo, and then you go to sleep.
We'll definitely do that. Thank you. What was your name?
What?
Sir Turtle.
No.
Oh,
What?
you said something.
No.
What was your name?
Oh, my name.
Takes a minute to get there.
My name.
Monet.
My name.
No, his name is Renee.
No! I don't need any more.
Augustine.
Right.
Augustine?
Augustine.
Alright,
He's gonna steal.
Augustine.
Got it.
Bonjour, welcome. Fly yourselves come from.
Oh, bonjour. Parlez souvent.
Huh?
Are you speaking
Vous
Fey
parlez souvent?
or Sylvan?
Huh? If I'm gonna cook your carb and you get here, everything good.
Il ne parlait pas souvent.
Maybe I'll be home. And then opens the door fully.
Like the look of confusion.
The room, as they open the door, it just smells heavily of like incense and assorted like burning vegetal matter. Hey, if you want to go,
Perfect. Perfect.
cook cock.
What you just said, damn it.
Cooked carp.
Cooked carp, yes.
And begins
We
to
will
like
cook the carp.
walk into a back room and
Hey, Grin.
Oh.
Hey, this is, potentially an odd request. Could we step outside really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
you guys step aside. There's still like deafening rain, so any conversations cannot be heard from inside or outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
I'll just get a little closer to you. You don't have to yell. Just have to talk a little bit louder. Could you do the spell that makes everything really dark?
Yeah.
Could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Can you do it right now? Can you cast it in this moment?
Why?
I want to see something.
You won't see much when it's cast.
We'll see.
You just want to do it right now?
Yeah, do it right now.
Oh, okay.
He'll use one of his packed
Okay.
spell slots to cast it.
Sphere of darkness just envelops the two of you. It probably like a texture glitch. It also probably like would glitch a little bit into the entryway of the, or does it not go around corner? Never mind, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it went through solid objects, but it doesn't. That's not how.
Oh.
That's not how light and dark works.
Like, it works almost like how light would work.
Yeah,
So it's both a
Yeah.
particle and a wave.
I don't know why I thought it just clipped
Particle
through
and
things.
a wave.
Yeah.
Antyr's eyes are so Grin can see through this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would see Antyr's eyes are closed, and as they open, they kind of like the pupil goes to almost like a cat eye slit, and Antyr's looking, staring directly at Grin.
Grin's doing this in the dark.
That's 2 fingers.
Right.
So I traded out my invocation for double sight.
Cool.
Grin, can
Yeah.
you move?
Can we move?
Yeah, try to move away from me.
Okay.
Steps back.
Attack of opportunity. Antyr's gonna like try to reach out and grab Grin, but like pat.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
reach
go
and just
ahead.
pat Grin as an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm
Like
straight.
tag Garrett.
Yeah. Oh wow, I rolled really well. 19.
Yeah.
A SWAT Grin.
What's going on with you?
Well, I was. It's so you know. Do you remember when? I don't know. It was. You remember whenever my the when I had those things, and it was pointing in the dark. Like you remember the when I the deal before it would protect. There was a protecting aspect to it as well. Uh, Recently, it's shifted. I think it's focused more toward my eyes now to allow me to not be. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for here?
I don't know. I mean, like, all
Troubled
of
by darkness, I guess.
yeah. At least you're on the same playing field as all the things that we fight.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of what you did was super impressive, but most of my spells restricted me from engaging any target you were engaged with in there, and I don't like you being alone, per se.
I haven't used that in a while anyway.
Well, now, at this point, we have two people who can benefit from it, at the very
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. I think
And it'll-
Torger could too.
Okay, that's good. But this will just allow, it'll be even more of a shock if some creature submerged in darkness can't see through it and gets blasted by, magic as well. So, anyway.
Teamwork!
Ow. Thank you for indulging me in this. I know it was a weird request, but
Yeah, just gotta try to stuff out sometimes.
yeah, it didn't feel like. I don't know. I just got this hunch that the essence of it shifted, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. You probably aren't ever gonna see it, but let me have a look. Let me see if I got anything.
I'm never gonna see it because Grin's gonna kill you right here.
Murder.
Grin's gonna pull out the Shadow Spike, the sword.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
how
thought it
do
said
we do this?
shadow spike. It's like, what?
Yeah. And is just gonna hold it up to the flat end, hold it up to your eyes so that you can.
You probably won't ever be able to see what your eyes look like.
Oh, like
know.
as a reflection. And she was like, what?
It kind of suits you.
Oh,
And just kind of like.
that's
so that
very.
they can
yeah.
see that their eyes are.
That's super. Okay, I know it felt different. It's not disconcerting, is it?
No, it reminds me of like a sideways Papa eye. Papa's eyes were like this.
Are they like a goat?
Yeah.
Oh. Are your eyes like that? And it's gonna like get a little bit closer. Oh, don't do that. That's disconcerting. That scares me in the dark.
His eyes are just like black spheres, just shiny black spheres.
Oh, okay.
He's legitimately just a tooth fairy from
Teeny tiny eyes.
Hellboy 2.
I need to rewatch that movie so I can see exactly what those things look like. I know it looks just like Grin, but
Oh, there's definitely gifts of those things around.
Yeah.
I have was working on a spell, which this storm is actually kind of perfect for it, but I don't think I want to use it.
Oh,
In
yeah?
this, yeah, it's super not. Will be very painful. But I feel like if we were to engage with Arcane's Bane, they tend to sprout offspring, so it tends to be a few. So I don't like having only to rely on one option.
Yeah, I think if we were to fight them again, we should use some type of summons instead, since, you know, attacking them directly kind of gets absorbed.
And my magic is there's one of those creatures dampens all my magic, so anyway, we can get inside. Sorry, I wanted to try it out, see how it worked.
Yeah.
I'll walk back in.
That's fantastic.
Grin looks to see around if anybody happened to see all of the
The globe of spear.
No.
Yeah.
The globe of
the
dark.
blackness.
No.
I am even more afraid of Grin now.
Yeah.
This thing is horrific.
Just Grin's one of those, but 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And that's what all the other little sprites look like too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Oh no!
That's what
Off
sprites
of
look like
that.
in this setting, because it's fun.
Frightening. Alright. Antyr's gonna get set up and work on prestidigitating their clothes to dry it off,
Okay.
to remove the moisture, and if anybody else needs it, we'll assist in that way as well.
Sure. Flitz is kind of set. It's a shared room, like a kind of like a hostel, and Flitz is sat in like one corner, just like their hands still shaking from earlier. It's not like a fear shake. It's just like something that's just happening to them.
Yep. Which we can do.
Isn't there?
Professor Orkier is like mage handing himself, and he's like sleeping in the mage hand, even though he doesn't need to sleep.
That's just really cute.
So basically, when he doesn't focus on the spell, he should drop, but meh.
It's alright. It's been around long enough.
Yeah.
Don't want to allow them if they'd want to, snuggle, since they don't have anything to snuggle, but they might find that weird.
You're gonna snuggle
That's so
Professor Orkier?
They don't have anything to hold at night
Oh,
now.
true. Yeah, sure.
So they would offer it, so they don't
Yeah, sure.
have to hold themselves.
Yeah.
They'll just get all nice and comfy. They have them kind of like on their chest, so they're not like on like the bed, so they don't like roll over in the night and just
Alright.
like.
So you're cuddling a crystal ball, essentially.
Inadvertently, and like how like if you're like sitting next to someone or snuggling them and like you'll give like head scratches.
Yeah.
Those like doing that like on accident, just like as they would like give head scratches to one of like their friends.
Every
or
time you
something
do,
like
it's
that.
like when someone rubs their fingers on glass, it makes that squeaking noise. Like, when you're giving them the scritches, that's the noise it makes.
Once they realize it's a little bit ick on the ears, they just
Okay.
hold them very nicely.
And you can see, well, when Flitz is like, they're trembling a little bit, they're like holding on to this like a necklace that's made of like ears, fingers, and toes. And they're just like closing their eyes and they're just like talking to it under their breath. In like a silent moment alone kind of deal.
Oh goodness.
Alright. Did we wanna maybe see what we could do about this big carp? I know I kind of butchered it a bit, but maybe we can make some travel rations with it.
Yeah. Do you want to do it tonight or do you want to do it tomorrow morning?
Let's do it tonight. Fire's already up and going.
You can use some of the pickled onions for flavor.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And Doe uses their tongue and like goes into their bag and takes out the jar so they're not disturbing the sleeping ball.
Yeah, use the
And they
jar of
just-
onions that Doe stuck their tongue in and swished it around in.
Yeah, no. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Perhaps
We'll
we'll have
boil
that be
it.
like a la carte. So
yeah, you
people
could if
can-
you want the onion, you can add the onion.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The inn has a pantry full of like spices and stuff. It's a lot of spices and ingredients you'd see in like Cajun/Creole cuisine.
Grin gets started
Yes.
not thinking about using spices at all.
Oh, I'm just cooking the fish.
But that's
No.
what Grin's doing. So
Yeah,
so,
no,
yeah.
no.
Well,
All right. Start grabbing some spices.
what do you do with all that?
This is called adding flavor to your meal.
Seasoning.
Salt is good for preserving and to giving it, cutting a little bit of flavor. But yeah, we'll and then Antyr will begin to help Grin prepare. And the vibe that they are giving with this is very much reminiscent to how very reminiscent to how Leek cooked.
Okay.
So the mannerisms, there's even like a slight slouch, like because the lizard like boy as they were
Okay.
working over, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll use whatever utensils and just has Grin but is showing Grin, trying to teach Grin,
Okay.
but it very much feels like the essence of Leek in this.
Okay. You both can make survival checks and kind of do like a group-based check,
We'll see if I ruin it.
or one of you can roll advantage.
Grin roll advantage.
God, you wrong. Okay.
I am proficient in cooking utensils, but I'm not proficient in survival.
Neither am I. But
Yay!
we did well.
Okay.
18.
So with the spices, the contribution of flavoring and spices, what do you both envision this carpet being turned into?
Well, Grin was just hoping to get some type of flaky like thing snack that people could chew on for the next day or 2 or 3, depending on how much is salvageable from this big fish.
Oh, like the head would have been like 5 pounds, so you're at like 25 pounds of meat here.
So,
Cool.
yeah, Antyr would have shifted to, we would have cut like thin strips, essentially like fillets, and created a rack to where they sit in front of the fireplace to be dried, for that portion. But for the meal for the group, it's definitely using some lard on, like, imagine some cast iron type of pan.
Yeah.
And we're doing essentially like a quick and easy like fried carp, essentially like a fried catfish but carp.
Got it.
So it's not as like you're shoving it in a frying pan. It's more like getting that nice brown breaded
And
situation.
you're frying it in lard.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's
What
gonna
do
be
you do
nice
with all
and
these scales?
that we had removed.
Yeah.
I don't know, nothing. Do you want me to make you something with it?
He's like gnawing on it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, give me a second. I could do that.
Eating
And
just
then
loose scales.
just fish chips.
I mean, yeah.
Technically, if
You can eat the scales if it's crisped enough, if it's crisped up
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
throw a few in there just to kind of whisk it around, just to get it going, and then take the ladle essentially, or not the ladle, but like so that it drips the oil or lard, and sets it down in front of Grin, and it's just like fried fish scales, like chips. Fish chips.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, everybody would have like. I assume you don't cook the whole turn the whole carp into fish and chip, like fried.
No, it's
Yeah,
portions of it
portioned?
have been.
Yeah, I
A
figured.
larger portion, I think, would have been prepared mostly for the rations aspect
Yeah.
of it, Though we're not going to be able to get it like if it was in like a drying rack.
Yeah,
So it's not going to be super super dry, but it'll be just enough to where it can probably last.
like slightly cured,
Yeah.
so it'll be okay. Okay.
So we can have more of those, and then there will be a hefty portion as well, because I feel like that's a lot of fucking fish.
Yeah, we're making it for the innkeeper too.
Okay, so some for the
We'll provide a
innkeeper,
little
some
bit
for
of everybody, yeah.
Cornelius. Or Cornelius got the head. He's good for like a day or two. That's 5
Oh,
pounds.
I was
ate
about to
5
say something about the
pounds.
fish eyes, but no. 'cause
He ate
that's
the
like,
whole head. Yeah, so everybody tonight gets the best food you've eaten on your travels.
fried fish.
Fried carp. There would have been like vegetables and stuff in the pantry too to do like a. Oh, I dropped my internet out. That's fun. Okay. So fried carp, and then there was enough vegetables. That's where I got cut off. There's enough vegetables in the pantry to do side dishes too. It's mostly like beans, some taters, corn, onions.
Oh yeah.
Pickled
Um,
onions from dough, in case anyone wants to suck on some secondhand onions.
No, I said at the end of the meal, Antyr would have like fried up some of the sautéed some of the pickled onions for dough. So
All right.
try a little bit of different flavor.
So that is the meal then, and it's probably the best meal you've all had in a while. Probably even better than the buffet you had at the casino the other day.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's a buffet.
Yeah, buffets are great,
Yeah,
but this was like home cooking and using fresh caught fish and everything else. Like it's bomb.
so Justin, as a reminder, how far away are we from getting? I know we're a day's travel from the start, right?
Yeah.
Like where the shit gets really bad, but we're 3 days from the center, epicenter.
Probably with Cornelius, probably another a little over
So
like
2 days,
day.
2.5 days. Okay.
Yeah, the crater
And Antyr's going
itself is a lot of
to-
travel too.
Yeah, Antyr's gonna set. Yeah, might as well. Is gonna put down. Oh my god, I have no fucking money. I just realized this is like a cruel reminder.
Antyr, are you a bit strapped for cash?
I quite yes.
If you
That's
recall, you
casino.
borrowed money from Torger a few days ago, and you still owe that money.
I did.
You
Wait,
know, you
didn't-
could owe me some money. I have a.
I have money. I don't need to pay you.
Point I
I'm.
can
I
spare.
I still owe Torger
How much money does Antyr owe Torger?
500. 500 gold.
Yeah.
Antyr's gonna put a platinum down, one of the platinum pieces, but is gonna stock up some of the vegetables and things like that, for the road.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just
Basically,
'cause-
what you'd find in Cajun Creole cooking:
some okra,
okra, potatoes, corn,
yum, mushrooms.
Yum, yum, yum.
Is this the
mushrooms. Yeah, like mushrooms foraged in the jungle on the riverbank. There's also like a lot of like more like aquatic vegetation and whatnot, like stuff that would grow like in the water and closer to the water.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Like there's some like there's like this thing called, is it water asparagus? I can't remember what it's called. Water grapes?
Water chestnut?
No. They're like these like grapes that kind of like they're briny and they kind of grow in like
Oh, yeah.
sea grapes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like there's a bunch of like barks, like edible barks, like cinnamon and stuff like that, just gathered from the jungle.
Good. Yeah. So that's essentially what Anty is going to do for the evening and kind of
Alrighty.
prepping, setting aside things, and it's making is 100%. The idea is before the world ends, whether good or bad, Grin will know how to cook.
Perfect. Anybody else doing anything for the rest of the night then?
Is there any supplies to make cheesecake?
No. Not in the middle
It
of the
was
jungle.
worth asking. Is there any
Unless
coffee
you want to
bean
make
supplies?
a pig's milk.
Yeah,
cheesecake.
chicks milk cheesecake.
Hey, maybe that's the
Torger-
key to the perfect
Torger is
cheesecake.
happily just sucking down pig's milk. That's Torger's that's Torger's like refreshment. Oh, the pig's juice is so sweet.
Antyr's gonna try to locate coffee.
Yeah, there's
They have
like some
coffee.
like beans in the
I'm gonna
pantry.
cast locate object to find coffee beans.
But it's gonna
Yeah, they're
gonna
in the
set
pantry.
that out. Yeah, I'm gonna set that out for Ocarina
Ocarina.
tomorrow.
Alright.
Sorry, I saw OCR or ORC and I was like, I'm not gonna
Ocarina.
my parade.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
Good old Professor Ocarina.
Alright, so yeah, you can find some coffee, you get all these ingredients together. The cooking and the enjoying of the meal together would, I assume, take up most of the evening.
Yeah.
So, with full bellies, Grin especially, the feeling of sleep definitely takes hold because of just tired, and a good, warm, hot meal also just kind of like calms everybody down and soothes the nerves and everything. So everybody can mark off the benefits of a long rest.
Yay!
Antyr's trancing. Yeah, they would probably spend the remainder of the night as everybody else was sleeping, finishing up prepping and doing all that fun stuff.
And this is when you
Probably.
this is when you do the
When we can do the level up stuff.
no, you can do that whenever. But this is like Antyr, this is when you do like your trance thing to get new
Mhm.
proficiencies. And you said you're focusing on leak, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. As you're like in your trance, you see Heart Rock Grove. Just scattered little remnants, memories of it. You see Leek alone in Heart Rock Grove, seemingly confused and like looking around for people and calling out.
Oh no.
But he doesn't look like the Leek you met. He's like just a bipedal white leopard, like a white gecko, no clothes or anything, no equipment or anything. He just looks like how when you met him, like the same age and everything. Same size when he was a child. He's looking around for someone. And
Does he
then,
look more like? Does his searching appear more primal, like
yeah,
animalistic
primal,
almost?
newborn.
Like yeah,
Yeah, he's like looking around.
lizard, not
Yeah, lizard,
humanoid,
not humanoid. Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. And he's like looking around confused. And you can see like out of the darkness, Antyr will approach.
Oh.
Just starts patting him on the head, and begins to like dress him in his outfit that he was wearing. Those like shorts, the burlap sack shorts, the burlap sack sweater neck. Puts the cloak of protection around his neck. Puts a little straw hat on his head. And starts to teach him how to cook.
Oh.
And through her teaching, Leek, and you seeing that, you gain that proficiency as well in cooking utensils.
Well, I'm gonna swap out. I'm also gonna swap out my medicine for deception.
Okay.
Because during that whole trance too, they cannot stop thinking about the shit they caused and
As
how
you-
we are coming
Yeah.
upon that.
Okay.
And they don't trust themselves not to not give
Beans.
themselves away. Yeah. So they try to focus on not outwardly lying, but a better means of hiding or
Okay.
shielding,
Sure.
body language.
Working on their
facial-
resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Blue
Or
steel.
Or
Yeah.
if the moment, when that moment of
Magnum.
when you know you fucked up and you know someone is about to see the fuck up that you just did, but you don't want them to know that you did it.
Oh yeah.
How do you keep your?
Is,
So that's
is
what it
Antyr gonna
is.
have that guilty dog syndrome? Where you walk up on a
Probably.
mess and the dog is just like,
So the goal did who? I wonder who ate my chocolate.
Yeah.
And Antyr's just fucking covered in chocolate.
yeah.
So the idea was pulling from not being easily read,
Okay.
because Antyr knows that they typically wear their expressions on their face.
Okay. As you all
So
come to from this long rest, the morning sun rising, kind of reflecting off of the massive brackish river outside into the windows to light the room up. So you don't get like sun rays that light the room up. You get like the refractions off the water and like the rippling effects on the walls that kind of form as the sunlight. And as that lights the room up and wakes everybody up, we're gonna go to break.
ah,
And we'll be back here in 10 minutes to do more.
my name.
You all wake, morning time, big old morning time. Sunlight through the windows that wakes everybody up, and also woken up by.
Thirst traps.
Everyone's sleeping. You sleeping good? Yeah.
I'm
slept-
sorry, I did not
was
understand a
fantastic.
single word you said.
You sleep good?
Yes. Why did you wake us up so early?
Morning.
Yeah, they tend to like to sleep in a little bit.
Surprise. It's not late at all. It's only 5 a.m.
Them, I think it's a little bit early.
Birds get the worm. No one
I went to bed at midnight. I've only slept
You-
for 5 hours.
Oh, you only slept for 5 hours?
I mean, I rested for the full 8. I only slept for 5.
You need to sleep for 6.
Oh shit! Why'd you wake us up at 5 in the morning?
You guys
then,
went.
Justin?
You guys went to bed at like 10, 9 or 10.
You think I wouldn't
Okay,
sleep till 2 in the
Hopper?
afternoon still?
Hopper has rituals,
Okay.
and those rituals.
Hopper has a level of exhaustion.
She said he's sleep.
Fine, fine. I'll do it for the joke. I've done worse for the joke.
You
I've
literally
done worse for the
took
bit.
curse.
I've literally
cursed
done
yourself.
worse for the bit.
Yeah.
So I'll take a level of exhaustion.
You were like, no, I don't want that curse to be cleared off of me. No, it's all good. I was like, all right.
vulnerable to
what
all
if it was like
damage.
more permanent than a greater restoration could heal? All right.
Yeah. Augustine wakes you all up about 5 a.m.
Alright, let's hit the road.
Orkir's like Orkir starts to like flicker and turn blue in the presence of coffee.
Oh yes.
And
Coffee
with his
for the
mage hand,
road.
before everybody woke up, he was like, he brewed coffee,
Yeah.
and he's
Oh,
like
I'm
giving
gonna fucking...
he's giving everybody coffee with it via his mage hand, and it's like the most immaculate cup of coffee you've ever smelled. Like, it's like the first cup of coffee you've ever enjoyed, kind of deal.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah.
as someone who does coffee, it is such a toss-up as to whether or not
Yeah.
the coffee's actually going to be good. It doesn't matter what you do.
No,
You brew it all the
Um,
time, but
last year for my birthday, I bought a French press, and then one of my coworkers bought me like high-end coffee beans from a local place that grinds their own beans and stuff. Oh. Best coffee I've ever had. It was like citrusy and shit, and it had like actual like flavors to it, and I was like, oh man. Anyways, this is really good coffee, and it tastes like the best coffee. It's like notes of like dark chocolate and citrus, and it's like earthy and not too bitter, and it's warming and soothing, and it's loaded
That's
with
nice.
caffeine.
Hopper
So
chugs
good.
it despite how good it
This
tastes.
will probably be Grin's first ever experience with coffee.
Oh no, Grin on coffee could be scary. Oh no. And
This is
dough.
hot.
Grit.
This is hot.
You said that already.
This is hot.
Antyr's gonna cast Prestidigitation to cool it. Here you
Ooh,
go.
make an iced coffee.
Oh
Make it.
no.
Make it. This is how I
It's more
prefer
of
to
a
drink.
cold brew.
It's more. Well, this
type
is
of
more
guy.
how I prefer to drink my coffee. I don't
chugger,
like
not
it
a sipper.
scorching. Yeah, I don't.
No,
like
I
it
like mine like I
scalding.
like mine. I prefer like lately I preferred like cold brew and iced coffee.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
usually do.
And then everybody gets to experience the coffee shits later.
Yeah,
Oh no, Fred's gonna be flying overhead.
just unleashing payloads. Um,
Magic missile.
but
Especially
you're all,
with our high protein fish breakfast.
oh god, yeah.
Yum.
So you wake
Vile.
up, the day starts with a high protein fish breakfast and black coffee
Excellent.
with pig's milk.
Oh.
Should anyone wish to pour some in, and Torger just unloads with pig's milk in his coffee. Oh, I gotta
Andrew's
get all
going
the
to-
sweet nutrients down.
It's just gonna make it taste sweeter and less bitter if it's any bite to it.
Yeah, the
Andrew's
pig
gonna
the pig
add
coffee's
it.
a little barnyardy. If anyone drinks it.
Gonna flavor it to be good.
Oh, yeah, you have
They're just
prestidigitation.
drinking it
You can make
black.
prestidigitation. You can make anything taste good. So.
You want some dirt?
I'm so hungry. I
what-
gotta eat this dirt.
I will say probably the fish too, because of wizardry. Fried up, it had a little bit of prestidigitation sprinkled in.
Oh,
Yeah, just I mean, it's
You
who
got it,
wouldn't?
right?
If you're a wizard
Oh,
and you're cooking a
100%.
meal, why the fuck would you not prestidigitate your food?
especially
to
if you're
just
like
be
lazy
the
and you're
best
just
tasting?
lazy. You're like, oh, I'm gonna make this piece of bread taste like beef roast.
Try to get gray stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is. It's the best food you've ever had.
So
I do love how it says it doesn't actually improve the flavor; it just says flavor up,
yeah.
whatever
Um,
that means.
So just intensify the flavor. So yeah, you
I
all.
just imagine it being like on a scale of like a sprinkle of Lowry's to like the whole thing of Lowry's.
Flavor up. Take you to Flavor Up Town.
But
Yeah.
you're all presented with coffee and a fishy breakfast when you wake up.
Should raise our spirits a bit and get us ready to go. We have looking at the map, potentially 2-day travel.
Oh, a little under a day.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, question. Would I know if Mason's tool would help our descent into the crater? Like if
No.
it got really steep? Nope, it wouldn't. Okay,
You
cool.
need like you would need like climbing gear, like pythons and
Okay.
stuff.
So I have what's it called again? I have an ability where I can create a set of tools. Could I do that for climbing gear, or would I just have to have pythons?
Climbing gear
and
is not
rope?
unfortunately its own tools. You just
Okay,
need
I
pythons
figured.
and hammers and ropes.
Cool. Okay. Which
Part of
I
the
already
Dungeoneer
have.
pack.
Actually,
Yeah.
they add new tools all the time though.
I was looking.
Oh, there is
earlier
a
and I
climber's
didn't
kit.
see-
There's a climber's kit.
Ooh! I'm
Oh,
going
nice.
to. So I have a feature called the right tool for the job, where I
Oh,
can
wait, it's,
magically create one
uh,
set of. Oh no, it's
hold on.
artisan's tools. Never mind.
This is also this is also adventuring gear. It's not a tool because you can't get
Yeah,
proficiency in climber's
never
kit.
mind.
Okay.
Well, it's not proficiency. I can just create the set of tools.
I know, but
it's
you have
artisan's
proficiency.
tool.
You have proficiency in tools. You don't have proficiency in. Ah, fuck
mean,
it.
the-
That's stupid. Yeah, you could probably make a climber's kit.
Yeah,
It's just another set of tools. Yeah.
yeah. It'd just be like more specific tools that we could be more successful with potentially than
Yeah, sure,
just
you can do that.
pythons and rope and hammers. Okay, sick. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make a set of make a climber's kit out of magic that lasts until I use this feature again.
All right.
Antyr will gather up, as we are prepping and things like that, we'll gather up the remaining fish scales, and is going to fabricate.
Okay.
Gonna get up in the load up in there and is gonna fabricate a fish scale cloak. for Grin. So it's probably not going to be that long. It would have been perfect for doll size Grin. This will be like, you know, in World of Warcraft where they have the little tiny fucking
little tiny
baby
cloaks.
cape that you get.
Yeah.
It's
The count.
little, yeah.
count cape.
Yeah.
It's like cape, it's like the capes like that don't even like go even down like a foot on your back.
It
Yeah,
just
it's
goes
gonna
to your
be-
elbows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, but Antyr's gonna style it similar to how their like overcoat was, where it's a shoulder
Oh,
piece.
okay, cool.
Oh.
So
So you have
And
like
we'll,
you have a ruddy brown scaled fish scale cloak.
I have some other things. I'm gonna actually add a couple things to it for Grin.
And burning these spells right away. Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna incorporate the parasitic worms,
Oh,
a bit of the Mind Flayer vampire teeth,
mm-hmm.
and the Triceratops horn is gonna. So ideally, what's gonna happen? Go ahead.
You'd know that Grin also has like Mind Flayer skin.
If Grin would like me
Pajamas.
to do that, I could do that for
mean,
you. I can make a
if
I
you
can make
have
a
something
fucking
in mind, I'm
scary.
just letting you know what you
Yeah,
got
if
at your disposal.
yeah, Antyr will kind of be like, Grin, do you have any fun things to work with? And Antyr will essentially, with the skin, that will actually help a lot. It'll be a Mind Flayer skin upon the base of the cape part, like almost like little tassels hanging down, will be the teeth. And on the where it kind of rests, like on the neck here, that'll be the Triceratops horn that kind of curls, and like Antyr's gonna make it like curl and like jut up, like almost like tusk.
Oh, that's cool. The tusks of Manaroth.
Yeah, the parasitic worms are actually what are being pieces of them are like Strinu is what keeping the is like keeping everything like stitched together. It's
Man.
probably this. I have a lot of just random shit that Antyr's collected that I want to get rid of.
I wish I
So
could
I'm
afford to
like-
get updated character art for everybody, because I would definitely do that based on that description alone.
Yeah,
Hell
and then Antyr will use the Mind Flayer skin that Grin had as like a
Feety
base
pajamas.
point.
Oh.
But yeah, making a nice a freaky cloak, and Antyr's seen the. No, Antyr hasn't seen this. Never mind. It will probably trigger what, because it would definitely look like something the Great Maw would probably create, and that's where Antyr's trying to pull a little bit of inspiration from.
Alright, so you're making like a animal part, creature part, skin cloak.
Skin cloak for Grin, yeah. Because they have the Kiss the Chef, but it's too small, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the Kiss of Chef apron is a thing too.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Which
incorporate
has-
that
Which
into
is
it?
also made of skin and has those like lips sewn on the front.
Yeah.
That would, yeah, I think that would be because they promised Grin that they would make them a something with a fish scale. So yeah, I'll burn through a 4th level spell slot to
Okay.
Yay!
to do that.
I feel so good.
Alrighty.
Justin, by the way, there's a spell that Antyr took, and you could tell me if I could take it or not.
Sure.
But it's from the Grim Hollow.
Ooh, I'm gonna take a gander at your
Yeah, it's prepared, but you could
At
tell me
your
this for now.
scary character sheet.
The 6th level. by the way.
6th level.
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh, you can have that one.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't play into their like the corruption stuff.
Yeah,
so I was
no,
like, okay, this
that's
looks...
fine.
Okay,
Cool.
this will be fun. Yay!
Yeah, you all wake up, have your fishy breakfast, have some coffee, get a new cloak.
Yeah.
We'll start on our way.
I have a literal clarification question.
Okay.
So for spells because I haven't gotten this far in actually doing shit with spell components that really need them.
Yeah.
For spells that need diamond shit,
You gotta
Im-
have. If it has a gold value, you need it.
so like if I have, cause like I got the diamond from
Lux.
Docs,
Whatever his name was, yeah.
and you said it was like
like
500
500,
gold.
500 gold. But if a spell doesn't need that much, can I just like grind it?
You can try, but it doesn't. The spells generally don't take what they need from the component. They take the component regardless.
If you ask Antyr, they can do a spell that I can fabricate if you need me to.
But it's like wizards can some wizards can change components into other components to make them less. Yeah.
Yep.
But
so
normally,
need that,
if you use the whole diamond for a spell, it gets used up in the spell. It doesn't leave like a little bit behind.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use. This is 100 gold worth of diamond. Please chop that off.
Yes, but like I couldn't like ahead of time like grind down like you grind coffee beans.
If you're
into, like, a
proficient in
big
like
thing.
jeweler's kit, yeah.
Okay,
Or
okay.
fabricate.
Or just give it to me and I can fabricate you diamond dust.
So I can use diamond dust for diamond spells to have like.
No,
the exact-
it'll specify if it's diamond dust or diamond.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any material component that has a gold value cost, you need that material.
But I could potentially, what I could do for you, Antyr could do for you, if you have a a 500 gold piece diamond, I could essentially fabricate to break that up into smaller.
Yeah.
So you can have 10, 50 gold's worth diamonds, and then if you needed like 500 gold's worth or 300 gold's worth of diamonds, you would have. So you didn't just use that big bulky one.
I don't think it's worth the use of another one for spell slots today, though.
It's okay. It's a 4th level. I'm okay.
Okay.
That's what Antyr's here for. Utility, y'all.
Hey, Antyr.
Utility and genocide.
Yep.
The genocide's a bonus.
That's my slogan. That's Antyr's slogan. Antyr's memoir. For utility and genocide.
Oh no.
Terrible. Only D&D can you laugh at that.
Oh.
Ooh. But
So
no,
what's going on with this diamond?
Hey, Antyr. Could you possibly take this 500 gold piece worth of diamond and break it down into more manageable parts for me, but still, keeping it nice.
Oh, what do you require it for? What's the value you're aiming for here?
Well, if one of us, happens to die, I can bring you back if it's been less than a minute, but I only need about a 300 gold piece worth of diamond.
So do you need a 300 gold piece diamond, or do you need 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds?
300 gold piece diamond.
300 gold piece diamond.
Okay. Yes, what I'll do is I can pretty much split this into a 300 gold piece diamond and a 200 gold piece diamond. Alright.
Thanks, Antyr.
This will be the quickest fabricate I've ever
What
done.
does it look like when you destroy one of the not destroy, but like change one of the hardest known substances in existence?
So, as Antyr is beginning to create the fabricate spell, because you need, what is it? I don't know what the material, like how diamonds are made, right? Isn't it just like pressurized?
They're made under pressure.
Carbon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Carbonite. It's
high pressure
yeah.
carbon.
Yeah, essentially there's a micro, like, pulse that Antyr has to contain, and they're going to begin to shift and weave and pull a piece until there's 2 separated diamonds, one being far more lustrous and more expensive than the other.
Yeah.
So it's essentially taking it back to its roots, like the beginning, and then repressurizing it to create, just instead of 1, creating 2, but 1 being obviously a bit more
Cool.
value, because I think D&D value is very abstract,
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
subjective, whatever. This little tiny baby diamond is $3 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you go.
Thanks, Antyr.
And Doe very nicely puts them in their satchel.
Okay.
We could
Anybody?
do that while we were leaving too.
Yeah, okay.
It's easy enough. Yeah.
Back in the wagon and on the road again.
On the road again.
On the road again. The rest of Orc here is just nestled somewhere in the wagon. Flitz is sitting near the back, and yeah, Vonkar once again steering. And the weather today shall be humid as fuck after the rainstorm from last night. So there's bugs everywhere, just buzzing in the air. A couple butterflies fly overhead, and Flitz just immediately unleashes on the butterflies. With 2 firebolts, just poof, poof.
I like the butterflies.
Alright.
Flitz does it has like a flash, like a PTSD flashback for a second.
Yeah. It's that meme of the guy staring,
Yeah.
vacant eyes into the.
Explosions in their mind. Oh, at least they're not death butterflies. Woo!
What's the difference?
Death butterflies kill you.
Ah. Okay.
Flitz is now like a little more aware, looking around. They pull their cloak over their head.
Engine gonna do the same.
Okay, yeah. You pull your cloak over your head too, Antyr?
Shrouding myself a little bit from whatever these death butterflies are.
Torger will just put the axe helmet on, or the shovel helmet. Axe helmet. Axe helmet.
Axe helmet. I don't think Oh no, Hopper this whole time has had a cape of what is it fucking called? He's had a magic cape. What was it? He has a cloak of billowing, so he's gonna pull the hood up on his cloak of billowing.
Your cloak has been billowing this whole time.
It's been billowing this whole time and it's never come up until now.
Indoors, it's still billowing.
Yep.
Anybody else covering their heads?
I mean, Antyr hasn't actually given Grin that cloak, have they?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Sprite. Sorry, Doe caught me while I was finishing this. Grin?
Yeah. Well, that looks really nice. You gonna wear it?
No, this is for
You already
you.
have it. Oh! Why you made this for me?
I told you I'd make you something with the scales. And this just seems to fit your whole... You don't have any outfits or clothes that really fit your size right now, so...
Yeah. Really tough. It's weird.
Well, now you do. Your first bit of... something to wear.
And if I change size again, it'll still fit.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be comfortable. It might be a little weighty, but that's alright. I'll
That's
fabricate it to be smaller.
No, I'm tough. I
You're
can do
tough.
it.
Yeah, you're really tough now. You wear it as like a side, so it falls over one shoulder. Kind of how I wore my other one, my old
I
one.
mean, like this?
And it's like kind
Bib.
of backwards, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna adjust it so that the collar sits how it needs to, but the back of it flows over to accommodate the front.
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you have like a weapon or something, you could hide it in your hand and no one would know.
He's got that teddy bear backpack and this thing on.
The fucking chaos of this.
It's great. As you're all moving down the road, you can hear like the gentle flapping of wings nearby. And Flitz immediately like begins to like hide under some of the like gathered materials in the wagon and just like goes prone into the wagon. And nearby you can see that a hippo that has like come ashore in the jungle is dead, and it's covered in like 100 or so of these like green clouds of like green and orange butterflies that are just resting on the corpse of this hippo. And you can hear like thousands of tiny little mouths, like, biting into the skin and pulling it apart.
Something sounds like maggots.
And then you look over and you see this bloated hippo corpse on the shore, just covered in thousands of, like, butterflies.
Oh. That's unsightly.
Yeah. Don't let them get close to you.
Alright, well, hopefully they stay over there.
They're
How
like,
far away are they?
like 30, 40 feet. They're like piranha. Flitz is like prone on the bottom of the wagon. They're like piranhas almost, like flying piranhas. And, well,
How's their vision?
not great.
Okay.
They go and smell.
Okay.
So it's fine, you know. We're all clean, right?
I don't have any wounds.
Yes.
We all shower a lot, right?
No.
Enough.
No.
What are we gonna you guys took showers or baths? You
Granted-
guys really had a bath?
Granted, I've never had a single bath in these 40 some odd days.
Smelly boy.
You had an outdoor shower, okay?
There you go, that's
We all
fine.
got drenched.
Yeah, it just rained.
Eventually, the butterflies all kind of scatter, and you can hear bigger wings. And descending from somewhere else in the jungle, you see a much larger version of those butterflies, but a singular butterfly with like a 35-foot wingspan that just like flies down to where the hippo is,
What?
picks it up in its
Right.
legs, and the butterfly flies off with the carcass of this hippo. Just
Oh.
Yeah. How's Flitz looking after that?
like completely hidden, invisibility.
Smart.
So you just see like a lump of clothing laying there. It looks like someone's underneath it, but you can't see them.
Goodness.
Do they even have invisibility? Yeah, oh yeah, they do. Thoop. And as that butterfly begins to disappear, the wagon still goes on. The invisibility spell ends on Fliss. Just
Wow.
death butterflies. No.
I have never seen a butterfly that big.
Me neither.
Yeah, you know. They like it around here, apparently.
If we got one of them, you could make the glider thing from its wings.
I'd rather die.
Ah.
Don't worry, I can bring you back.
No thanks. Don't think it'd work either, but hey, with the way things are going.
Yeah. Chin up. We're doing what we can.
And as soon as like Flitz feels a little more comfortable, they get out from under their blankets that they're hiding under. Oh, and they look like they've aged a year or two.
How old is Flitz?
Now
How
they'd
would-
be
would they
about
look
now they'd be about 85 for a gnome.
Oh, which is still
Pretty young, yeah, but they look like they've aged a little.
Yeah.
They look like they significantly aged since you last saw them, though.
Okay.
There's like little patches of gray in the blue hair and stuff like that. Starting to get like a widow's peak. Yeah,
Our poor boy.
I know. But eventually, after like 3 or 4 hours, yeah, it's still the morning as you begin to crest into the devastation from the crater. You don't see the crater is still 12, 24. It's like the crater's still like 36 miles away, so you can't see it. But the land here, actually you could, because the land here is all flattened. So on the distant horizon, you can see this like kind of smoke, but it's not, and it's like very translucent and violet colored and purple and green, like a multicolored kaleidoscope of smoke is kind of rising up from the horizon about 36 miles away. The surrounding region is all just flattened gray wasteland that's been scorched. Nothing in sight. This is where Fontaine's village was, roughly, is where you are right now. And there's just nothing. No remnants of anything. It's just like dust, and basically it's a big old scorched landscape with that basically disintegrated anything in the blast radius, in the shockwave rather. So you can see like bits and pieces of what used to be something, but it's a lot of just nothing.
Well, I don't. Go ahead.
No, it's just quite far from where the city was.
Yeah. Well. I mean, it's good that you know that they're gone, but a whole lot of other people are gone too. Not just people either. I mean, all the wildlife, all the plants.
You do say all the people and all the wildlife, but about 50 feet away, kind of just walking through the landscape, is this like bald, hairless, gray-skinned individual. You can see kind of like a bloated tummy, and they're just walking around going,
Wow, someone survived.
From this distance, you can clearly tell they're not friendly.
Hello.
But they're like
Survivor.
They're like they look like they're like 7 feet tall. They're just slowly walking through the landscape, and just you can from 60 feet away, I can hear them audibly like sobbing and wailing and crying. And they're like tall. They have a little bit of a hunchback, but they got an enormous like gray pot belly that you're kind of seeing from the back, and you can see like a little butt crack, and they're just sort of walking around, sobbing.
Oh, poor guy.
No.
We have some spare fish.
Yeah, but you don't know that he's hungry.
He's wailing out. This is
Look
what you
at that
sound like when
belly.
you're hungry.
Yeah.
And then you hear, "Help me!
Yeah.
Help!" Then you hear "help me" in like a weird, like a child's voice coming from that figure. Help me! I'm trying to find my parents. Help me! I'm lost.
Oh, no. Never mind. We don't want to help them.
What's going on there? What is that thing?
Don't know.
Well, I mean, there are other people that implement. Whatever this thing is, we should probably stop it before it gets to other people. If it is dangerous.
And then you hear like an echoing response cry about 50 feet to the other direction, like behind you. Just
What if they're triangulating onto us?
What do you mean?
Like, what if it's like a hunting pattern? One in the front, one
Yes.
behind.
I'm gonna start ritually casting Detect Magic.
They'd be too far out right now to pinpoint anything.
Okay. It does take 10 minutes to ritually cast, so.
None of them are getting closer to the cart. They're just kind of wandering in space where they are.
Okay.
The one
Antyr's-
behind you see full on though, like front view. They have no mouth, so you can't tell where the sobbing is coming from until you look down at the pot belly, and there's a distorted, like anguished face in the pot belly that's making all like the noises.
Yeah, I think we might need to protect the people nearby by investigating this.
This may give a clue of what we're potentially going to face too.
Yeah.
And then one of them kind of sees the wagon, the one that's like behind, he sees the wagon kind of moving through the area, and it just looks over, stops sobbing, kind of tilts the head a little bit. It's still like 50, 60 feet away. From the belly, you can hear, "Hello."
I'm gonna immediately start casting. I do have holy water.
Yeah.
I think I have at least 100 gold pieces.
And the one that says hello, when the mouth opens to say hello, a little like withered hand pokes out of the stomach and just kind of waves.
Oh, I hate it so much.
I'm casting magic circle on us, and I'm inverting it so that anybody within is protected from things outside.
All right, so I assume you're casting it in the wagon, so it stays with the wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So the thing waves, and as soon as that happens, the hand goes back into the stomach, and it just turns around and changes direction, sobbing in the opposite direction.
After 1 minute, when it's because it takes a whole minute to cast, so if anything else is happening, then... we need to fight these things, I think, or at least, figure out what's going on with them and get closer.
Let's do the one that we're headed toward.
Yeah, okay.
The one that you're headed toward is now probably like, as the wagon's moving along, 20 feet away, and it's still stumbling around going. And as
Am I getting anything from Detect Magic?
No. And as you get closer, you can see it's got like long strands of like brown hair in patches hanging down from its head. And it's, again, no mouth, just the stomach on its mouth is making the crying noises. Just. And it kind of just turns to look at you all. You can just see, like, it just looks over. And the face on this one's stomach looks like a different person, all like stretched and anguished across the belly. And it just says, in a child's voice, "I'm so hungry."
Yeah.
Can I take out one of the fish rations that we have and kind of throw it at
Okay.
the thing?
As you do, the belly opens, and the hand that comes out stretches like 15, 20 feet, snaking towards you, and just before you can even throw the fish out, it grabs the fish gently from your hand, and the arm stretches all the way back 20 feet, back into the stomach, and pulls the fish inside, and the mouth just goes, in a child's voice, "Thank you," and then the thing just kind of turns around and begins slowly sauntering off in the opposite direction.
I think they are just hungry.
Are these just... Is this what happened? Are these people from...
I mean,
You can also see more of them kind of dotting the landscape, and they're just like,
I don't think we have enough food.
there's a
for
bunch
all
of them just wandering around.
Okay,
Like,
they
just
aren't,
all
they aren't
over.
enticed by seeing like one of them, like pigeons. You feed one.
No.
Okay.
I will say, the one that just spoke and took food from you, the voice...
Don't say it sounds familiar, Justin. Don't say.
the voice is a tad bit familiar.
Okay.
There were children that played with Cornelius when we got here.
You sent children to the tower.
Yeah.
And that was in the city.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
too.
And that voice and the face kind of stretched across the belly of the one you just fed. Yeah.
We love the consequences of our actions.
The consequences of your actions.
Oh, and
Don't
then
make
We're
this a royal
we're the
we.
Funky Casuals.
This is you.
We're a team.
as it's walking
This
away,
is you.
as it like turns to walk away, the belly briefly smiles for a second, and then it continues walking.
This is your fault, Anty.
Antyr's hand is in to their side, but they are vice gripping the coin as they're moving through this.
The raven
How-
appears on your shoulder.
Fly about. Please.
Raven flies off just to survey the area.
Hey, Hopper,
Okay.
and everybody else. Try to stay inside the circle. Because I saw
I
you
was-
take out that fish and your hand went over the circle and then it was able to...
I mean, I was really just trying to like toss it out of the circle, and I guess my hand just breached the perimeter.
It's very important.
What does the circle do?
It prevents harm from coming to us. It also prevents us from being magically threatened or charmed and stuff.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Everyone. Yeah.
It says creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder. Targets within the cylinder can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. Yeah. There's a few other things, but that's the summation.
Okay. As you all slowly get on, you do pass by more of these figures, each of them sobbing. More faces etched on the bodies. They're like slowly like lumbering away from where the direction of the crater, like they crawled out of it, perhaps. But none of them are going closer towards the crater. They're all kind of pushing out in the directions like that stem away from it.
Do any of them have any vague similarities to the Cathatuuin creatures we saw in that lab? No. Okay.
No.
Good.
Okay. Cool. Good. Just wanted to cross that off our list of potential enemies.
Okay. Yeah, you continue. One of them kind of is only like 5 feet in front of the wagon, and it kind of just stops to let you all keep going past. And the voice just says, "Apologies." And then, and begins to like walk past the wagon as you guys move past.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Boy, indeed.
This is worse than what my friends and I dealt with in the fucking Flesh City.
What?
Oh, that sounds horrific.
We were in a Flesh City. It was gross.
Sounds like it.
Sounds frightening.
I mean, probably.
And Flips just kind of long distance stares again. The rest of Orc here is like, "Oh, don't know what these are."
No? You sure? Alright, well, if you do know anything about any
I think
stuff
they're
that we come
sad.
across, yeah, they sound like it. One of them, another one that's walking by, keeps like, "Come to Pashan's Potions. We have the best potions in stock." And that one saunters by.
I don't like these
ghosts. It's like ghosts tethered to bodies.
Yeah.
people. Yeah. Oops. Oopsie.
The wagon continues. And yeah, this whole wasteland is filled with these people. These things. The only living things that are walking around, the reason you couldn't see them initially is because they blend in with the color of the terrain. But just 3 hours of that.
Oh,
Only.
I don't tell anybody that the magic circle is no longer working after
Perfect.
an hour.
Smart.
After a few hours, the wagon stops. You start to approach. You're getting close to the crater. It's maybe like 100, 200 feet out, and it's the smoke that's like rising up. Again, it's not really smoke. It's like an ethereal, multicolored, transparent gas. It's kind of just like wafting out, and you can hear what just sounds like crackling of like energy and electricity inside the crater. and it's like a deafening noise. It's almost as it's like you're in the thunderclouds themselves, and you're hearing the thunder just around you. That sound is emanating at all times from this crater, as well as like flashes of like bright multicolored light, and then like the explosions are never like the same pattern. There's like a one that's like, and then the one that'll be like, it's like a fireworks display, but it sounds erratic and untethered and uncontrolled. And those of you with like any connection to the weave, capable of casting spell, basically anyone who has spellcasting abilities, you feel this like overwhelming power and presence just around everything.
I feel juiced.
Maybe that coffee is kicking in.
Bad time for your first coffee.
But the wagon slowly approaches up to the lip of the crater, and yeah, inside is like 70 odd miles of just this sunken, destroyed landscape that is completely vaporized, and a lot of this gas and magic seems to be concentrated in the heart of the crater, about like 30 miles in. So it'd be another day just to get down to there. But also a wagon going down into the crater looks like it wouldn't be the best mode of transport to get down in there. It definitely looks like on foot would be the best way to go. By flight would be best, because any flying creatures could easily clear that distance much quicker than a wagon or on foot. But also there's the weird magic storm that's kind of like radiating all around the crater. And even as you get close, you can see more of those like sobbing creatures. Just like, none of them are in the crater and none of them are climbing out, but a lot of them are kind of just like moving around the crater too, but pushing away from it. And occasionally, if like in that storm cloud, you'll hear like a scream and a shout, and something like flies out of it, slams into the dirt, and then one of those creatures like unearths themselves in the dirt where the screaming like essence hit the ground, and that the creature starts to like walk away sobbing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It looks like it's birth from death, essentially, or life from death.
I thought it would have been bad, but could not have anticipated such destruction.
Yeah. It's unforeseen.
Flesh is just wide-eyed. It's essentially like the weave is like bleeding out of the planet itself and like just untethering itself. And
Hey guys, how are we gonna get this cart down there?
Don't think we can. This slope is too big.
Flitz.
I mean, we can like take the wheels off and then slide it down like that, maybe.
Here,
I could try to
Flitz cast Demiplane. We can just put it in my Demiplane for the time being.
Oh, that's nice. Let's not lose Fitz or let him die, okay?
Also, Cornelius, if you want to come in here and it's safe too, and Cornelius is like, yep. And Cornelius
Can
will
you
just
tell me
walk
the
into...
access point of this demi-plane, just in case?
Sure.
I'm gonna put some rations, some of the rations,
magical
so that
coordinates.
Cornelius doesn't get, just in case Cornelius has
Yeah.
some food.
Oh, actually, Flitz runs in, opens up another door which leads into the Faust house.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
There you go, Cornelius. Eat the...
People.
Just, yeah, eat the people.
Eat the guards.
Man, those guards would be gonna
So,
be so surprised when the
they keep-
displacer beast just pops out.
So will the elderly caretaker.
Oh yeah.
He's used to worse, it seems like.
Yeah, so Flitz closes that door so Cornelius is safe at the Faust house, and then Flitz closes this kind of entry storage room where the cart is, and then ends the demi-plane spell. Okay. Perfect. Safe. I can't cast that spell again today, but we're all safe. Cornelius is safe at least.
Yes.
Which is good.
Alright.
We are ready to descend.
And the descent in the crater is it's like almost like a steep incline, and it goes down about half a mile. Or not half a mile, it's way too much. It goes down about like 200, 300 feet on a steep little incline.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my climbing tools that I fabricated earlier in the day.
Oh,
and start,
you won't need the climbing tools at this part. It's not you can walk down it at a
Oh.
yeah.
We'll need it when we get to the
I thought it was more like
rupture.
a.
You might need it later.
All right, I will then keep them handy.
All right, who is the first to step into the crater then and make their way start to walk down?
I'm.
Grin. Okay. Grin, as you. It's like you're stepping into it's like you're moving from another temperature room to a much colder temperature room. It's like an instant shock, or like you're in a heated house and you go outside and it's like a brisk cold day. It's kind of like a sudden just boom like that. How many hit points do you have?
102.
102. That's your movement speed, rounded to the nearest, so it'd be 100.
Okay.
So you guys
Let's
see
take
Grin.
steps and
You see Grin step through.
Grin.
And Grin is in like a is like Grin, you can see Grin is looks like they're faster somehow.
Guys, this is so cool. I don't know what's going on.
Vonkar will gingerly step through. Sam has no hit points for level 11, so he currently has 111, so his speed is 110. So he's just like, whoa! He steps through and just miscalculates how much speed he has, and just down the slope of it. He's like, oh! And he stabilizes himself and begins going at a measured pace to get up to where Grin is, at the rim of the crater. Torger goes next. Right now, Torger has 100 because again, Caleb's not here to roll, so Torger's at the same speed as Grin. Yeah, your movement speed doesn't work here. It's just based off your hit points.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Oh, hopefully we don't come in contact with any, big bad boss people.
Oh no!
Oh my god, we can dash 200 feet.
But it seems because the weave is I don't know. It doesn't. It's weird. It's like the light speed. The speed you have is tethered to your life force.
Dang.
Oh no.
So yeah, you all see Grin, Torger, and Vonkar a little quicker.
Like a lot quicker.
Yeah, a lot quicker.
I'm gonna go in next.
Okay, so whatever your hit points are, that's your movement speed. Rounded to the nearest 5 or 0.
So it'd be 90.
Okay.
Mine is 80.
Okay.
Mine would be 100.
Gee,
And you usually move at the rate of your slowest person, so that would be Antyr.
80 feet. Sorry, y'all.
Do I have less
not a
hit points than Doe? I guess I have a pretty low con. My con's not
Multi-class
great.
too.
My con's a +4, bitch.
Yeah,
wait.
but it's like a D8 and D10,
Well-
so on average I should have more than the bar.
Well,
But
You all,
Big.
I just,
but yeah,
I think I rolled shitty earlier.
you all feel like this, just like this vibration, like your entire body is vibrating. You feel just this intense energy coursing through each of you.
Oh, let's go plant the trees.
Let's go.
Okay, you down the crater, and you can see where there are pieces of terrain that survived the explosion from the city, and you can see people miscalculating their speed when they came down here to investigate and splattering themselves off of the pieces of the city. So it's like if the Flash came to a sudden stop at a wall and just smeared across it.
Oh
Oof.
god.
Big oof.
Wow.
Anyway,
The Flash wasn't protected by the Speed Force.
Yeah, just didn't even phase through it in time, just splat.
Yeah.
But you all, in the manner of 10 minutes, clear the bottom of the crater. Actually, be less than that because it's like a 300-foot incline. So yeah, seconds. Just you all get to the bottom, and
Hell yeah.
this where all this like energy is kind of coalescing up from this like 4-foot diameter hole in the ground.
Oh, this is interesting.
Like a rough,
Or
like
she's going straight
broken away
down.
hole. It's like 4-foot diameter. So 4 feet around. That's what I mean. 4 feet around. So it's a tiny little hole.
Oh, 4-foot circumference.
Yeah.
Perimeter. Okay.
So everybody could fit in. Grin's got weird joints, so it's not hard.
I don't know if Vonkar or Torger could fit.
Stocky Vonkar over there.
Yeah, Vonkar
Yeah.
might have troubles. So Vonkar is going to, the first time,
Oh.
reduce.
Yeah.
Oh,
No less,
yeah.
no less a minute. Actually, he'll wait till. Actually, no. He'll
Dislocate both shoulders.
he'll wait till a method of getting down is
It's established.
established.
Alright, Grin's going down because he can fly.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So turn it into a rope. Actually, no, we have ropes.
I'm gonna start setting up
Also,
a
because everybody would
climbing
just
point.
adhere to Doe. Couldn't.
Yeah.
All right, so Hopper,
The
you.
doe immediately
So,
lets go. Just
Grin, so Grin, you fly down.
Yeah.
And there's no anchor points immediately beyond. You're like coming through the ceiling of a deep, massive cavern in the center of the ceiling, and there's like,
Oh, how far is the drop?
looks like a. What's your dark range in your dark vision?
120.
You don't see the bottom.
Guys, you need
What's
to be
wrong?
careful. There's no ground.
Yeah, I just pokes his head up.
There's no ground down here. I don't see
Do we-
anything. And
Do we have enough room?
We
don't
have
have
feather
enough-
fall.
We don't have enough
I
rope,
do have.
but,
There's 7 people.
but I can't see the
I
bottom.
can
So
do
I might need to see how far it is.
5. So
I will accompany Grin as we see how far the floor is.
Come on.
Wait,
Ah, Torger, let's
if
do
you-
it.
If you do find the floor, can you send up a light signal so I can estimate how far it would take for us to fall?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Torger clicks his heels. And Torger, what's Torger's height? 4'10". Perfect. It's a tight squeeze for Torger, but he gets through.
Alright, Torger, let's go. Let's keep track of how far this is.
Yeah. And you both sort of fly downwards.
Hopper, make sure to keep looking down.
Now your speed is still at what it would be, from the crater.
Okay.
So, the bottom's
So deep.
no. You fly down for about 30, 40 feet. You still don't see the ground. But you feel the ground. And you both take
My head hit the
Uh,
wall.
Break a neck.
Yeah.
9 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
I'm gonna say Torger can't slow fall that one.
Yeah.
He just slams his face.
Oh! You hear both of them impact the ground at maybe like 30, 40 feet down.
Oh, and
Are
Grin
you
couldn't see it.
okay?
Grin
Did you
minor
find some
illusions. Grin minor illusions.
30 feet.
As like
Uh,
in light.
Nobody sees the 30 feet.
Grin, Torger, are you okay?
Grin, you look up and no, you can't. Do you have that invocation?
Yes.
Oh,
Where I can see dark.
yeah. So
do
you,
dark vision?
you look
Yeah.
up. So actually, fuck, you would have seen the ground then.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
It just the ground kind of blended into the darkness. I was like,
honestly-
whoa.
Honestly, if I thought it was like further or whatever, I blink,
Yeah.
and while I blink my eyes, I move.
Yeah,
I
you-
don't know my own
At our
speed.
current speed, at our
Yeah.
current speed, it would take you 2 seconds to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you look up, you can see everybody. You cast the illusion, but they don't seem to be able to see it.
Can I
Antyr would
see
be
it?
able to.
And
see
also,
it.
Antyr, you can see the illusion. Torger, Grin, I can't see.
Wait, hold on. I think we're in some dark vision. Or we're in the darkness.
The dog.
A magical
Yes,
darkness.
I know we're in darkness. I just can't see. Am I blind?
Some magical. No, you're not blind. You're not blind.
I just started seeing colors.
Now I can't see anything.
Get your colors back.
Cruel world.
And Antyr, yeah, you can see both of them down there, kind of just like
Oh.
moving around in like inky black darkness. And then Grin's
Can I-
30 feet illusion.
Yeah, Antyr's just gonna Starlight Step next to Torger.
Okay. Tua! Something
alright,
just
it's
appeared
alright.
beside me.
It's
and
me.
Torger's gonna
It
go
is
punch.
me. No.
21 to hit,
Yeah, it hit.
but it's more
I
just a
can't even-
slap,
I
so no
can't-
damage. Just
Oh.
I knew
Alright.
it was you. You owe me money.
I do. I do owe you some money. Hopefully we find some coin down here, because, yeah. Tired of owing you money.
So you all just see Antyr disappear, and then they're gone.
It's about 30 feet of a drop, so I'd recommend
Oh, I can handle that.
being cautious.
If it's only 30 feet, then I am gonna let my rope down from the top.
Okay. Vonkar will then cast Reduce on himself,
I have a 50-foot rope. In my
going from
inventory.
5'8" to 2'4".
I'm not the shortest anymore.
No, 5'8", whatever, it doesn't matter. But he begins to climb down as like a half-done sized little, or even shorter than a little halfling, like a little short little dwarf man, and begins climbing down the rope and disappears into the darkness. To climb down the ropes, it's an athletics check with advantage because there's a rope.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
I am exhausted, so that is a flat roll for me.
Okay, and then as soon as,
19!
so as soon, Hopper, as soon as you get down to the hole, everything is dark for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like immediately past the entrance of the hole.
Yeah. So basically, I see the edge of the hole, and I see the rope disappear.
So because you're technically blinded, it's a flat roll.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm also exhausted. So I have disadvantage on skill checks.
But it's still a flat roll.
Still a flat roll. So that
Advantage
was
for
a
the
19.
rope. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you make it down. Doe, what'd you get?
Not enough. With advantage, I managed to roll a 3 and then a 4.
So again, you see
Oh yeah.
Vonkar climbing down, you see Hopper climbing down, you see Antyr teleport down, and you're all talking amongst yourselves, and then Doe plummets and takes 12 bludgeoning damage.
How?
Don't worry,
And then you
Doe.
just hear a couple of teeth being spit and hitting things in the darkness.
Did you face plant into the ground?
Well, they
I
like
think
you
it
would
was
go
that
to go
amount of
grab a
damage.
rope and they didn't get purchased. Little
I mean,
flail.
12
And the
damage.
teeth
Yeah.
just will keep coming out.
Don't
It's
worry,
really-
Doe. I fell on my face too.
With that, I'm going to pop up. Everyone, come closer to me. Follow the sound of my voice.
Do you need to see people
And
do
I'm
that
gonna-
or no?
Let me double check. I
Yeah,
don't
creatures
think I
you can
need to.
see.
I don't think I need to for the protector. Each creature of my choice within 10 feet of
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah,
Your
so I'm going
choice,
to
you'd
roll a
have to-
d8.
You would have to know.
Plus
Yeah,
nine.
whatever.
Antyr will guide
you-
everyone here.
Because
Everyone
Antyr and
will-
Grin are the
Follows
only ones that can
sound of
see
my
right
voice.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Oh wow.
now. Okay.
It is a d8 plus my intelligence modifier, which recently went up to a 5.
Nice.
Very
Okay.
nice.
So, Grin and Torger You're in like a massive open cave system, stalactites, stalagmites kind of everywhere, and then to your left is a long corridor, like natural cave-like corridor that kind of goes about 30 feet, and you don't see anything beyond that. But you feel a breeze from that cave.
Alright, hop of the rope. Do we have an extra rope? We need to start keeping.
I have two 50-foot ropes, so I have one more that we can use.
Alright, Antyr's gonna unfurl it and is going to weave it through people's hands. Grin, you want to take the lead?
Yeah, I'll take the lead.
I'll be in the back to make sure no one else goes astray.
It's a real shame that I can't see anything, as I'm a professor of this place we're going.
Yeah, is there any way we can dispel this? We'd have to kind of locate the source there.
Yeah, I don't. To me, it's some residual effect to maybe keep this place shrouded.
Everyone make perception checks.
Cool.
You mean just Antyr?
Actually, yeah, just Antyr and Grin. Nobody else can do it.
I can hear stuff.
And this isn't hearing based.
Damn it, because that was a 19 and a 20.
Oh, so close.
15.
No.
15.
6.
Who's leading the way?
Me.
Grin.
Okay. Who's behind Grin?
Torger, maybe? We'll just say Torger.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So the two people that can see through this, it's at the front and the back to make sure that no
Okay,
one
so
goes
Antyr-
astray.
You're gonna see this in a light then, because you're at the back. Grin doesn't see it. Grin flies over it.
Bye.
Torger trips.
Oh,
What was that?
What in the world is that? And then at this point, Antyr, you can catch what Torger tripped over. They tripped over like this maybe 23-year-old human person who's just like laying face down, and it looks like somebody cast the darkness spell on like a necklace they're wearing, and they're just like splatted out on the bottom of it. They're like not splatted out, but they're like rough
Laying
looking.
there?
They're clearly dead. Looks like they broke their neck somehow, probably from the fall.
They're starfished.
Oh.
And
Okay.
it looks like somebody cast darkness on the necklace.
Antyr's
that they're
gonna
wearing.
pick up. Antyr's gonna magic reach the hand and pull the necklace free.
Okay.
What is it? Is it on a pendant?
It's just like a shitty silver necklace, like a chain.
Antyr's gonna have the magus reach to close around it.
The darkness spell disappears. And as it does, you can hear like the wet sound of like large eyelids opening.
Oh.
And then you hear something
And
drop to the floor and shakes the whole floor.
Well,
Grin and Antyr, you see, at first it looks like a boulder walking around, like just like a boulder like sliding.
Moving. Yeah.
And then as it gets like closer, you hear like scuttling, like the scuttling of like legs, and it's a massive spider that is like been in this cavern for so long. It looks like the stone has grown around it, and it's just like crawling around. It's maybe like, yeah, it almost brushes the ceiling of this cave. So it's almost 30 feet tall, and it's just like, and it kind of walks over you all, like it's looking for what it had seen. And as you look up, you can Grin. You can see its eyes. All of its eyes are milky white, as if it's blind, and it's just like looking around, trying to listen. I would like a group stealth check, please.
Yeah. While we're doing that, can I look to see how this guy? I mean, you kind of said that they.
It looks like he fell,
Yeah.
and probably the noise probably woke this thing up.
Got it. All right.
It's a big group stealth
Stealth
check, but
Holy
you all have advantage because this thing is blinded, or because you're in magical darkness.
Oh, thank God. Well,
My
yeah, that's
rolls
fine.
tonight are crazy.
Crazy.
I rolled 2 18s,
Torger got
Nice.
a 23.
Got a 23 as well.
Oh yeah, Flitz is here.
also a 23.
Flitz got a 19.
No
Vonkar,
redemption.
Vonkar's just a flat roll because of disadvantage from his big ol' armor. 5 for Vonkar.
I'm sorry, I didn't get a 23. I got a 19. I was
Okay.
reading the wrong one.
So you hear like Vonkar's armor slightly like groan a little bit as he's like shifting around to be more silent, and the spider kind of looks in that direction for a second, crawls a little closer for a second, and then scurries back to where it was in the wall, sets itself back into the wall, and just looks like another like hunk of rock formation on the wall, and goes back to sleep. It looks like.
Move quietly. Let's move. This is Stage Whisper. Move quietly.
All right.
Grin's gonna take this dead guy, and we're gonna go over his stuff in a more safe space. So
Okay.
Grin's gonna stuff him in the teddy bear.
All right. You have a
see
22.
Grin,
You have a
like-
22-year-old human corpse in your bag of holding.
Yeah.
Glad we're
Um,
in magical darkness. So
He
nobody else
weighs
has
like,
it. There's
he weighs like 125 pounds.
Okay, skinny guy.
And you get to the where the cave ends, and it's another drop, but not in that darkness anymore. Where you? Oh, Andrew, you still have the necklace
We
in your
have the
hand, yeah?
darkness.
Okay, so you're at the edge of this, other cave, and it's another like drop down, and it looks like it's 100 or so feet, down into like what looks like was once like a huge staircase that came up to this point. The staircase is like entirely crumbled away, and it's just the bottom of the staircase at the bottom of this like 50-foot or 100-foot drop.
What do you see, Grin? What? Grin, what do you see?
How for drop?
How do we? Okay, is the place to get down? Is it large enough to where we can all jump together?
It's
or
like rough. It's like it looks like at one point like a portion of the ceiling collapsed and destroyed the staircase and kind of revealed this entryway more so. So with you can climb down without the assistance of rope or anything. It'd just be like a 100-foot climb down using climbing tools or ropes if you wanted to, but you don't need ropes to do this descent.
Do you think it's safe to take away the darkness again?
The cavern with the big spider is about 30 feet back.
Antyr's gonna bring the Magus Reach to that end, and is gonna gently set the necklace down so it's away from us,
Okay.
but still darkening the entrance to the tunnel,
Okay, cool.
so we can all still see
So everybody can
for
see
right now. But the hand is still going to be holding it, so because Antyr wants that. It's I don't know how long does darkness last.
10 minutes, but
Oh,
this seems
might
different.
be different. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of which, the spell begins to like flicker out.
Oh. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Do we need to set up a rope, or are we flying down? Are we jumping?
It's rubble. We're gonna have to.
Yeah. We'll
step
just
carefully. It's just stone,
be light.
rubble, stairs.
Okay.
All right, you all begin to like slowly kind of like make the descent down where the staircase was crumbled away. Like it's a very steep, it's like a steep-ish incline.
Mm-hmm.
And also using hammers and pythons might wake up the big old spider.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So for this is just going to be dexterity saves for your footing, for anyone who's not
That
flying. So
sounds-
Grin and Torger are fine.
Okay.
Everybody else dexterity saves for your footing.
Any advantage or disadvantage on that?
No,
Grin's next to you, so +5. If
I
there's
will-
saves,
everybody
not
gets plus 5
checks.
to this.
Yeah.
It's saved, so that's good.
So
I'm
I
gonna
don't
do-
have. Oh,
20
One time I don't have to roll a disadvantage.
22, 22 for Vonkar, 12 for Flitz with the plus 5.
Oh my god, 12 for me too.
Oh, wait. I read that. I accidentally rolled it twice. 6 plus 5 is 11.
31 for Torger.
Jeez. Yeah, 11 for Antyr.
Okay.
Torger's
great
flying.
roll,
He
but-
doesn't even need to roll.
Torger can't fly the entire time or his boots will run out.
That's true.
You all stumble your way down. Oh, Doe, what did you get? Sorry.
18.
You all stumble your
Nice.
way down this once massive staircase, and you come out to this like wide open chamber that looks like it was once like a central courtyard of sorts. There's like a crumbled fountain in one place. There's these massive, lithe, slender, like elves. There's 2 of them. They're like 12 feet tall, pale, white, gray skin, big, black, like bulging orbs for eyes, oval-shaped heads, almost otherworldly, alien-looking, but elf. Incredibly tall, mostly hunched over. They have long, like double-jointed elbows and knees. And there's 2 of them here that are just kind of like frozen and not moving, but they're clearly like flesh and bone. One is like kind of gesturing somewhere, like they're yelling an order out, and the other one looks like it was in the process of running. And there's just 2 of them right here, frozen in these kind of like positions.
Ocarina, does this look like
Those are Elkamirians.
good? So when you said they disappeared, do you know what this could have been caused by?
Well, when Armathan ascended to Armathan, he used the city and all the people in it as like the sort of power source for the ritual. It was always said he killed them,
It's another weird
and they
stasis moment.
disappeared.
Oh,
There are rumors that a portion of the city was sent to the moon.
Please, can you confirm that?
My friends and I walked through a city on the moon, yeah, and there was weird, like, spirits roaming around.
did they look like this?
They looked like disembodied spirits. They didn't really have any shape or form.
Got it. Okay. They were more just like essence.
Orknir immediately turns towards Flitz and flies towards him. Oh, you were on the moon. Tell me about the moon in the city. Yeah, later.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, how about
I
that?
promise, if I survive, I'll tell you all about it. Oh,
No, you will.
wonderful.
He just gave himself.
When
a
you
death bag.
survive.
This. So
Yeah, they're 12 feet tall, very like hunched over. Yeah, like
Antyr's gonna approach one.
giant. They're basically like giant as
Yeah.
the creature, but an elf and slender and lithe and tall.
The one that
you
looks like it's barking in order.
Yeah.
Antyr's gonna approach and gonna do pretty much a thorough inspection over it to see like is it still alive or if it's like some weird
Breathing or holding?
yeah like if there's any like sign of it being living, it's just held by something, maintained by something.
You touch it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's the fabric that it's wearing feels like warm, worn fabric. The flesh feels like warm, living skin.
Scalpel, a slight cut on the hand.
It bleeds, and then the blood droplet kind of stops. And stops like dripping and oozing.
Gonna check the face. Does it look like it registered that?
No.
Back the forehead for a heartbeat.
During this moment, while Antyr's doing this this checkup, Grin's gonna get that body out and give it a once
Okay.
over, see if there's anything, see if they can get any identification off of them, like.
So
Yeah.
there's
I
the
would- I
silver
would start working
chain
on that
that
detect
Antyr
magic,
left
too.
up top. So that's
Yeah.
gone. There's a tiny little like dirk style dagger. Which they got one on their side, they got one on their boot, they got like 3 on like a chest bandolier. Looks like most of their teeth were knocked out on the impact or broken. So their smile is just shattered teeth. They have like a little satchel on their side that's filled with like precious gemstones that look like they're not really worth much. Almost fake. And then beside that is a coin purse filled with what looks like coins, but it's very, very fake minted gold coins.
Sounds like a treasure hunter that has fake things.
And yeah, that's really all they got on them. There's like a notebook, a journal that they have like tucked away in like one kind of satchel on their like pants, and it just says property of Hubert Stone, and it just details his like solo. He was curious about this crater and went on a solo expedition.
Ah, okay. Hubert Stone. I'll keep that.
Which doesn't explain how the darkness got cast on his necklace. It just said, like, the first entry, it's like, it's my first day as an adventurer. I'm gonna go check out that crater.
He got fucked up.
I want to make a name for myself.
Knowing that, when I think back to how we found him, and it's fine if it's too late. When I think back, could there have been footprints that I...
No, it's all stone, so it'd be hard to see footprints.
Okay, cool. Because I was wondering,
No.
Did he enter here with someone else?
I will say solo expedition is in quotation marks. Solo.
Okay.
Solo is in quotation marks.
Got it. Okay.
Alright. I guess we'll be taking this. And just in case someone knows of this person. Proof. But, I mean, if we want to or need to, we can always use his body as like a distraction.
Well,
starts to put it back into the teddy bear unless someone says anything else.
Flitz is, we might have to. Bait might be good.
Yeah, and I mean, unless, Dora, you said you could bring someone back.
Yeah, but under the right circumstances, if it's been less than a minute, but something tells me it's been more than a minute.
Oh, okay.
And if we try, because things are a little here. If it fails, it's I can't try it again.
Expensive.
Yeah.
let's not do that. Let's focus on having to use that on our...
I'll just specify, when you got to the bottom of the stairs where these two like tall elves are, that like speed buff from the crater is gone.
Okay.
Good to know.
Alright, so we put it back in the bag.
Shove the corpse back into the bag.
Are you sure you want to continue to carry it? It seems like a lot of weight on the bag.
Well,
Are you sure you want to keep bringing Hubert along?
yeah, sure. I mean, if there isn't enough room in the bag, we can always just take him out and put some, swap it out later, yeah? How does it work? Is it too much? Or will it break?
I mean, all bags
I don't know
of
how
holding...
this bag works.
I mean, it is simply a replica, so it may have a few quirks, but as far as I know, bags of holding do have a weight limit.
Okay. How much?
I think it's 500.
It's 500 pounds, yeah. I mean, about 500 pounds, so you could have, in theory, maybe 3 more Huberts in there.
Okay. Justin, you said it was 125.
125, yeah.
Yeah.
And the skeleton that's in
Okay.
there is only like, 10.
So Hubert right there is already a quarter of the capacities.
Because you also have the headless skeleton that was in the tower too, and that was only like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should leave Hubert
Headless.
behind. I'm just trying to make a conversation.
No,
here.
yeah. Sorry, I just it just reminded me. I need to the stuff that I put in this backpack. I need to actually put the pounds, the weight of it, all the custom stuff. So, yeah. The skeleton, the headless skeleton guy. We
10.
know that person's name.
No, it's just the K was etched into the locket
Okay.
that he was wearing. K plus V.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Antyr, as you're like slowly looking over this elf, the blood, the wound that you cut on them, is no longer there. Neither is the blood.
Did it just like vanish?
Yeah, you look back after like trying to like check other things out, and it's just not there.
All right, experiment time. I'm going to do it again.
Okay. The blood trickles out for a second and then stops.
Andrew's gonna sit there and wait. And
After about
watch.
6 seconds, the wound just disappears like it was never there in the first place.
What that could mean. And he's gonna like look over their forms. Like, do they have any like pouches, anything like that?
They're just wearing like a long gray, kind of pale gray, kind of like open robe with like long sleeves, and beneath that is kind of like a very like buttoned up off-white, but like like tunic that's just just like an off-white color. That's a kind of like design you've like a weird fabric and design you've never really seen.
Right. Okay. Huh.
And that's the one
Well,
pointing the order out, and the one who is running off looks like they're dressed in like just like pants and a shirt, and they have like that one has like long white hair down to his shoulders, and the one pointing the orders out is bald.
all right.
In there, Hubert. Ah,
Are you all right? All right. Yeah. This.
Just stuffing him back in the bag. We're good.
this
Legs
is-
still poking out.
all right, come on.
Interesting.
A couple seconds later, as you're all watching this scene, there's kind of like a glitch in the scene almost, and the one that's barking orders is now like in a different position, like they're attempting to run after that one, and the one that's running away looks like they're like falling over.
What do you guys think? Should we go in the direction that they were telling?
Am I getting anything from detect magic?
Oh, detect magic wouldn't be up by now.
Even ritually? Like, I was casting it while Grin was
Oh,
trying
I didn't
to
hear that.
pull out and then
Um,
stuff Hubert.
Yeah, there's a radius of magic like everywhere, and it's the same kind of like one. It's you detect every school because it's just kind of suffused everywhere, and it's kind of emanating out of this area.
Okay.
But there's another school of magic you can detect that does not ping off of any known schools of magic.
Thing of magic.
Just a
Ninth
ping of
school.
a magical aura you've never sensed before nor recognized. It doesn't ping as any of the
It's like,
schools.
okay, so it's just like a different magical signature that I've never seen before.
Yeah, that doesn't register in abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, or transmutation.
Okay, I'm gonna try to follow that to its source.
Okay, you all see Hopper kind of like following nothing essentially.
All right.
What's
And
got
it's,
to happen?
and it's the direction where one of them is pointing.
There is a different source of magic. It is unfamiliar to me, not one of the classical schools of magic. I've never seen it before. But it's coming from over there.
And then
Join you.
the scene kind of like shifts and changes back to their normal starting positions with the one pointing and the other one running. Like it's like on a loop. Like a really slow loop.
Terrific.
Okay. You follow Hopper. The aura's getting stronger
Yep.
and stronger, Hopper, and you come to these two like slightly askew stone doors that are about 35 feet tall. And they're like askew, like they're knocked off their like mooring essentially.
Okay.
And they're just like this in the wall ahead. One of the doors is like crumbled away a little bit, and it's like a tiny little, like 4 foot tall hole in the bottom of the door that looks like it passes through like the door and into what's beyond. But the rest of the area around here is caved in around the doors.
I'm gonna take the rope that we were using earlier and tie it around my waist and hand it to Grin. I'm going to try to crawl in, or walk in, because it's this, not a small hole. If something happens to me, pull me out.
Okay. If you're still in one piece.
If I am still in one piece, I will let you know. It is when I stop talking that you should start pulling.
Alright.
Or screaming. If I start screaming, start pulling.
Alright, I'll try to keep eyes on you.
Oh,
I know
I'm
this
gonna
spell.
try to... I have no faith in you, Antyr. And I'm going to start crawling in.
Alright, Hopper, you crawl under the hole. And Hopper, you feel like static electricity. You feel like your hair like stand up on end. You disappear from Grin's view, and Grin, as they cross through, Grin, you feel like a tugging sensation on the rope. Hopper, you don't feel anything on the rope as you continue to crawl, but Grin, you feel like a tugging, like a hard tugging sensation on your end. And Hopper, you keep crawling.
Ready? Hopper, come on. What's
Hopper,
going
you
on?
don't hear anything.
Grin's
Yeah,
gonna try and pull back.
Grin, you pull back, and it's just a rope with the noose around it, or the end around it. There's no Hopper in it. Hopper, you just keep crawling, and it feels like the rope's still around your... And you're still crawling. Grin, you just have an empty rope.
I'm gonna... Thinking that everything's fine, I'm just gonna, like, kinda point back and send a quick message to Grin saying, everything's good, I'm gonna keep going
And
forward
it
until I hit
does not
hit
reach
something.
Grin.
Yeah.
So you say it, and you keep crawling. Grin, you just
Yeah.
have like an empty rope.
Guys,
What's wrong?
Hopper's gone.
Where did they go?
I don't know. I think they're dead.
That's a slight problem.
Should we go after? Let's go. We need to go.
Look what I did to this. Well,
We need to go.
don't worry.
Grin, the end of the rope, as you look at it, it's like it aged like hundreds of years in a single moment. It's kind of all like old and frayed. As you like shake it around, you kind of get a good look at it finally. It's like aged like centuries at,
Like it
at
just
the
got
end.
brittled with
Yeah.
age, yeah.
Like the end that was on Hopper that went underneath the door.
Antyr, look at this.
What's going on? I'm so confused. Okay.
I think Hopper turned to dust. They're dead.
Hopper, you don't feel that weird school of magic anymore, by the way. And you can see
Am I
like
still feeling the rope around my waist?
yeah, but you can also feel like
Okay.
you can also see
Yeah,
like light up ahead.
Okay.
The candlelight.
I'm gonna send one more message back to Grin. Saying, I see a light ahead. I'm gonna see if I can go towards it
fails
and pull you
immediately.
through.
Grin
Yeah.
doesn't get it. You think it went off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You keep
You
keep
can
crawling.
respond to this
You
message.
keep moving towards
would
the
be-
light, and
Please.
yeah.
Please
the rest
respond to
of you,
this message.
The rest of you are on the other side, just looking at Grin shaking this like aged rope.
almost dead, guys.
No, we need to go. We need to go. I don't think
They're
they're dead.
dust.
They're
What
fine.
if we turn to dust just by going in there?
Then that's our fate. But I think we need to go. I think we need to
Professor
follow
Arcane
suit.
just is like, oh, this is so fascinating. I wonder what
Hold
happened.
on. We can. I know what we can do. We can use Hubert. Let's get Hubert out. Hubert, you're testing.
Grin's gonna throw Hubert half in
Okay, you throw Hubert half into the hole.
and then pull him back out.
He's aged. This corpse is aged. Like, look like it's been decaying 100 years. It's just decayed and rotted.
Hopper doesn't know it, but they're in heaven now.
So you just pull back this
We're
skeleton
slowly
essentially.
crawling his way to Mount
So
Celestia.
Grin, yeah, you
at the
Going
moment.
towards the light.
Grin, you pull back a skeleton and, yeah, completely skeletonized. All of the equipment that was on it is just like ruined and also centuries older.
I was dead, guys.
Actually, Antyr, it's more than centuries. It's the best thing I can equate to Grin with their 6 years of life.
Uh-huh.
Antyr, it looks like millennia of just time.
Oh goodness.
So like it's even like beyond like it's dry down here, so it's like pulling out
Oh,
an
it's like
ancient mummy.
fossilized.
Yeah, it's like pulling out an ancient mummy essentially.
Well,
Like a 2,000-year-old mummy. Yeah.
Hopper's dead. All right, we move on. That's what they would want.
No.
No, I'm serious. I think we'll be okay. We should be fine. It'll be okay.
What if we have now? As long we can't go back. If we come back, we'll be like this husk.
Maybe that's what we need to do.
Maybe we just plant the tree right here, right here.
Ground is like dead stone.
I don't think that'll work. I maybe this is. Was there another passage?
Nope.
So this was like the thing was pointing this way, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
And Hopper followed it into the hole, and yeah.
You know what? Grin. Everyone.
Hopper, it's at this point, the rope just kind of doesn't feel like it's there anymore.
But I'm still going towards a light.
Yeah.
A light. Okay. Grin, I don't know what happened, but the rope is gone. Did you untie it somehow? And I'm just gonna keep going forward,
No response.
starting to feel unsure.
Everybody else is still outside.
Andrew's gonna run in.
Okay, Antyr, you get into the hole and you start crawling. You're not dead, but you guys see Antyr just crawl into the hole and disappear.
We need to go.
Grin?
You don't hear Antyr say, we need to go.
Do I hear Antyr say we need to go?
You would. You see Antyr starting to crawl through the
Antyr?
tunnel.
Antyr, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We thought you were dead.
Well, I am clearly not dead. Why haven't you been responding to my messages?
Because we thought you were dead.
Are you also dead now?
Well, the rope came back really frayed, and when Grin put the body in, and when they pulled the body free, the body was mummified to the point of where it was thousands of years.
Oh, poor Humphrey. Hubert. Humphrey? Hubert? It was Hubert.
Stone, yeah.
Doesn't really matter. It just is the point that now I think if we leave, we're going to be dead.
I
Or
see.
very, very old.
Well, I would be dead. You would be very, very old.
No, I would be dead as well. Elves don't live that long.
But yeah,
Not with
Grin,
that
Doe,
attitude.
Vonkar, and Torger, Antyr crawled in, and not a peep from Vonkar. Or not a peep from Antyr as they crawled in.
Do you think this is one way? And if I come back, or I'll be dead?
Grin? If I go first, do you promise you will follow after me?
No!
Alright, then you better
Flitz-
go in front of me.
Flitz just says, I don't blame Grin here. I wouldn't either, based on what we've seen come out of the hole. Just throwing that out there.
So either way, this is a one-way trip, guys. I think we all need to accept that.
this is very likely a one-way trip. Wherever we go, we're either gonna die immediately or we can't come back.
If it makes you feel better, I've seen a lot of. My friends and I have said we've been going into a lot of one-way trips, and we came out all fine.
Okay, you go first.
Grin.
No.
Oh. Would you rather deal with the spider, or would you rather deal with the hole?
Mention of the spider, Flit starts crawling through.
Right.
And then Antyr,
Yeah, Flitz heard what it was saying to itself.
Antyr and Hopper. Oh yeah, true. Flitz would have heard what that thing was saying. Antyr and Hopper, as the two of you are crawling through the tunnel, you can hear like someone else behind. You can see Flitz in the back. He's like, "Oh, you're not dead. Oh, thank
No,
fuck.
we are not dead.
Don't go back.
Why not?
Everything we pulled out of the hole was like aged like thousands of years."
Right.
Did you just need them to confirm what I just told you? I just said that.
Grin,
Did you think I was lying?
Grin might abandon us.
Doe's not gonna let Grin be the last one to go through because they think they're gonna bitch out. They're like, nope, you have to go
Vonkar.
first.
Well, I'm an old man anyway. It's been a good one. And Vonkar crawls through, and it's a tight fit for Vonkar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of you in the tunnel can see Vonkar following now too. He's like, "Oh, you're not dead."
No, we are not dead. Just want to really quick confirm what Antyr said. Things were coming out ancient, right?
Yeah.
Alright, now I believe you, Antyr.
I wonder what happens if we throw something magical in there and then put it back.
I don't know, Granny. Let's find
Will
out.
it be more magical? All old stuff gets magical.
Do you
More
have anything
magical as
to
it gets
throw in
older.
there?
I don't know. Do you have some magical you want to throw in there? I got these.
We can just leave.
I got this.
Grin, you have to go first.
And Doe is gonna do something that they don't normally do, and they are like towering. They are trying to look as intimidating as possible, and they're just.
Grin, you have to go first. Okay?
Yeah, fine,
And-
whatever.
They just have like a big smile, and they're just like,
Grin,
What?
please.
Okay.
Please go to your possible death.
Jeez. Alright. I'm coming, Papa.
As you crawl into the hole too, you pass through this like weird sensation. You can see everybody else crawling up ahead through this narrow tunnel.
I see all your butts.
Oh, Grin! Hello. Vonkar like tries to like wave back.
Hey,
Grin, why did you let go of the rope?
Hey, guess what? We can't go
What?
back. This is a one-way trip.
No, we could,
I-
technically.
So I've heard. I do not think I want to go back, Antyr, unless you want wrinkles and grey hair.
No, I don't.
I'm already
That's
there.
what I thought.
Fliss says while they're trying to crawl through.
Yeah, you are.
Just leaving Doe and Torger.
Torger,
Doe's
Yeah,
gonna
fine.
point towards it.
Doe's just gonna abandon the party here.
Gotta get the money that Antyr owes us anyway. And Torger crawls through, and you all see Torger also coming into the tunnel and crawling through. Oh, you're not dead.
This is
Although
where
without
Doe has to
returning.
go join the creep.
I don't know what the fuck happened to the creep.
So it's just
Oh,
Doe
yeah.
left.
Doe like pauses before they go through, and they're just listening to make sure they don't hear the fucking spider or anything
No.
first. They're just like, okay. And then they crack their knuckles, they limber up, they just fingernails through, and they're
Okay.
crawling through.
As you all begin to crawl through this tunnel, getting deeper and deeper, you all eventually do breach into what looks like a tomb, like a mausoleum.
We pulled the Skyrim.
The tunnel is like turns and twists. Yeah, the tunnel twists and turns occasionally, and you eventually come out into like a mausoleum, and it's like there's like a big stone sarcophagus in the center, and there's like a set of stone steps that rise to like this thick like slab door to prevent like people breaking into the mausoleum.
Is there a dragonward wall anywhere?
No.
That's like speaking to us.
No, but well, yeah, Professor Orkir's flying around. There's lit candelabras in this mausoleum. There's like flowers that look relatively fresh in their pots, still in this chamber, and then there's just like this massive stone sarcophagus that's like expertly like crafted and engraved with symbols, a language none of you recognize. Professor Orkir seems to like fly towards the language, like he can read it, and he's just like looking it over. And the sarcophagus itself is like 14 feet long by like 4 feet wide.
Oh,
Oh, damn, they thick.
that's frightening.
Do you think it is for one of these ancient beings in high regard?
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. Reading the inscription.
What does it say?
Here lies Prince Arameth of the Elkamirian Empire. And looking at the engravings and the candlelight and the flowers, everything in here looks like it's only like a few days old. Like the engravings in the like the sarcophagus look like they're fresh. The sarcophagus itself looks like it was freshly created.
Sealed tomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like nothing in
wow.
here that's from the outside. No dust.
Concerning at all.
And as you all like kind of look back, the little crawl space you came through isn't there anymore. It's just stone wall.
So fantastic.
Am I getting any sign of that unique magical
No, it would have
signature
faded
from
as soon
earlier?
as you got into this chamber.
Okay. Cool. Are there any other entrances?
Just the
Or
stone,
is
just
it-
the stone door up this tiny little flight of staircase.
Am I detecting anything else with detect magic, like any magical
No.
items the prince might have been buried with?
The door's probably too thick to pierce through it.
Okay. So much for grave robbing.
But
Oh,
oh, go ahead.
do you guys think this is a really bad tree?
I do not. I feel like it might be more obvious than than the dead prince's coffin.
The room kind of shakes a little bit, like, and you can hear like everyone make a hearing-based perception check. Hopper, you have disadvantage because you're exhausted.
I am super exhausted.
Super exhausted.
Okay. 15.
15. Flit's got a big old 12.
22.
I got a 16.
25.
Vonkar got a natural 1 for a 3. Oh, I got dust in my eyes.
It's a hearing check.
Oh, right. Oh! He's like
Yeah.
he's picking out like old man
It's just
ear
hair.
hair.
Yeah,
It's like when you turn down
I
the
get
radio
that
to see
now.
the
It
streets better.
sucks.
Yeah.
I
Um,
get that now. I get hairs like.
Did anybody
Crazy.
get above a 20?
No, an Antyr.
22.
Okay.
25.
The two of you hear what sounds like muffled sounds of like screaming and combat on the other side of the door, like very muffled, like it's far away, or muffled from the thickness of the stone. But it just sounds. You can pick up like this faintest noise of like fighting.
We should go. Let's go.
Go
Hurry.
where?
Through the door.
Oh, is that a...
Why?
There's sounds coming from the door. There's something on
Should
the other
we
side of
peek?
this.
Should we peek first?
Yeah, we should peek first. Flitz just says.
Sure. Cautious is smart.
Yeah, you guys don't want to. I don't know. Never mind.
Grin thinks to himself about like just he's curious about the coffin, the sarcophagus.
Oh yeah, Professor Orkir is still like flying around it, looking at it, floating around on his mage hand to like read it.
What you got there, bud?
Professor, whatever I said his name was, Arameth, died. Don't worry about it, everybody. We're a-okay. Everything's
Professor.
okay. Everything's okay.
It's It does not sound okay,
Just
Professor Ocarina.
remember the coffee and how good that was.
That was a great
Because what I'm
coffee.
about to tell you
Is it-
is awful.
Was that going to be our last cup of coffee for a while?
Probably.
Possibly
That's
ever.
the bad news.
That is the bad news. Interesting. What do you think is best news and bad news?
My I didn't have life before, but I feel like if somebody told me the best way to describe what I just found out would be to show, not tell.
Okay.
Well, would you care to show us?
I can't open the door. But
I'm gonna.
I think we jumped back a bit.
Define a bit.
2,000, 3,000 years?
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yep. Alright.
Judging on the date on this sarcophagus and how clean and fresh everything looks.
Hey,
What's the date?
I don't know the exact date, but
It's some 2,000
Prince
years prior to this.
Erasmus died during the War of Ascension.
Yeah, so they're old, ancient. And this is a fresh sarcophagus, so...
War of Ascension.
That was the God's War.
On the
When
other side.
when the theories of the Everlasting Arbor first got corrupted, it kind of came to be.
Does the lid of the sarcophagus look movable?
Yeah, this looks heavy.
I don't want to... Antyr's going to do it. The Magus Reach is going to extend out, and it's going to grow to Antyr's Arcane Hand.
Oh, okay, you're casting Arcane Hand.
They're going to attempt to, like... It has a 26 strength,
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
so it's
It
going to...
pushes the slab off. And laying inside is a 12-foot corpse of one of these Elkamirians, but it's dressed in, like, battle armor. Like a sleek, gray, kind of light, elvish style battle armor that's kind of flowing and almost translucent in places. They're wearing like a helm that's like brilliant and kind of fits the oval-shaped egg-like head. And they're just laying there, and they're wearing like a black kind of like veil across the face, like a mourning kind of veil almost, or like a death mask.
If we pull it back, does it look like Antyr?
No, it looks like this individual.
Egghead.
Egghead Antyr.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And they're just laying there, and they have this like bejeweled kind of bastard sword kind of resting on their chest.
Any detect magic coming off of this guy?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Lots of abjuration magic. Some conjuration, and then evocation.
And Antyr, I think you should touch the body. And I'm gonna step back.
Professor Orkir's like, I wouldn't recommend it. They had very
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that.
funeral rites.
Yeah, I was very much not going to do that.
Yeah, nobody touch that stuff.
Especially
That
for the
sword looks really
especially for the
nice.
royals. They wanted to ensure their bodies and belongings were protected in death.
Yeah,
So,
that sword looks really nice though.
so would trying to speak with the dead be a bad thing then?
I'm not sure. As long as you
Don't
don't touch
touch
the
it.
body.
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch anything within.
Doe is
I
gonna.
believe for Speak with Dead, when you cast it, I think in the spell's components you put coins on the eyes.
You do have to put coins on the eyes, yes.
So you do have to touch it technically.
You have to put
We'd
copper
have
coins.
to interact with the body.
Yeah. Look
Yeah,
at
you
the
do.
spell as the components.
It
if you look
just
at the-
says burning incense.
No, I
For
mean
speak
like
with
in
dead.
the
Speak with dead?
spell description.
Oh, is it in the spell description?
I think it's in the description itself, yeah. But I
Something
know
that
there's like
Maybe
specific
it's
would be
not.
in this-
Maybe it's not.
I could be
No,
thinking of a
that's-
different spell.
Because I think it does say that you have the.
No,
it
you
does
put the
give
coins over for gentle repose.
Oh right, it's
Yeah.
gentle repose. Yep.
Gentle repose.
Okay. Yeah, you can cast Speak with Dead on the corpse if you want.
Does anybody have any questions before I cast this? Is this even a good idea?
Well, what are we gonna get out of it? I don't know. I guess the time. We can get a lot of stuff, I guess.
I
But
don't really need the. I don't think the time. We know where we're at. We know
Really?
the time. We don't know the exact date. We know what the time period is. We probably need to know if there is a way that we could assist, and the best way to do that. Also, where the best place to plant a sapling for one of their trees.
if we plant it right now, we know it's not gonna.
Where are we going to
work.
plant it? Where are we going to plant it?
No,
Well,
this is the wrong time to plant it.
why would it be the wrong time to plant it?
Because if we plant it here, then
We need to
The
plant it
future's
in our
doomed.
time.
Technically,
Unless
you'd have-
this tree has always been here, we completely shift the timeline.
Are you talking about creating a paradox?
the restoration always goes back to the point where the tree would have been first corrupted, and it was corrupted during the War of Ascension. So, in this timeline, the ley lines haven't been corrupted yet.
okay.
Oh,
All right. So
Possibly.
all right. If we do this and we go out that door, whose side are we on?
do we know
that
what
would be a
side
good
would
question
have?
to ask the prince.
Yeah, do we know what side the corruption would have stemmed from?
It didn't stem from any of the sides.
It was just a
Caven Idris
result.
imbued himself with into the everlasting arbor, and that's what started the corruption, based on what he said.
Then we need to know where, if they know where this Craven
Caven-
Edge is. What are the names?
Caven
Caven.
Idris.
Caven Idris, not
Caven
Craven
Idris.
Edge. That's something different from a different campaign in a different world.
That's that.
That's the other paradox.
Where this, where?
Caven
Caven
Idris.
Idris.
Why am I not? Where are my notes?
I don't know.
I know I wrote it.
That's a Vector guy.
Yeah, no, I know. I just don't know where my notes are on him. Oh, here it is. It's on the other page. Yeah, we could ask where Caven Idris is, and then we could figure out the fastest way to get to the Ancient Arbor. No, the
Everlasting.
Everlasting Arbor.
All right.
Can you make yourself look different?
Me?
No, the person asking. Don't
I
can you
can
make
I can cast seeming.
Do it. We want to look like.
I don't know
One of
what that is.
You want your appearance to look different. We don't want you to look like this
Okay.
Mimicborn. We want to look like. All of us look like this creature, but in like. I don't know. Give it. Kind of similar to what outfit they're wearing, but maybe less. Gaudy.
Like the
Okay.
armor of what legion he would be.
I can make
We won't know
I can make
that.
everyone appear 1 foot shorter or taller.
Okay.
These things are
that's not
12
gonna
feet
work.
tall. The
Yeah.
children
fine, we'll
must
just be
be the children must be our size.
We'll be the children's. The younglings.
And then Professor Arkir's like, yes, the children were around 5 to 6 feet tall.
Perfect. With
Upper
the, with
is
the
only gonna be
younglings.
4 feet tall.
Just a
I
young
just
boy.
made
Extra
me.
young.
Just.
Alright, I guess we're doing it. Oh, and he's like, you also will probably won't understand a single thing it says. Do any of you know the Elkamirian language?
You do?
No, but I know.
Dr. Ocarina does.
I could tell them you're all mute.
What the
Oh wait,
Can
it won't
cast-
really matter.
Comprehend? No, but
You'd also need tongues to communicate.
Yeah, comprehend will work. You can just understand what they mean, but you won't be able to speak
I had
it.
access to that spell, but I did not grab it.
So maybe we
Yeah.
can't question this individual without understanding them.
Oh,
Unless,
Shit.
and the caster has to ask the questions, so...
Yeah, well, that was a good thought. But we know where the Ancient Arbor is, or the Everlasting Arbor is.
It's in
Right.
Drakeward Desert, and we're in Elkamir. Wherever that is.
Where Elkamir should be within the center, and if Drakeward Desert is where it would be if it was in Cathatuuin, it could be like a direct... I don't know.
It also depends what time of the war this is, because the Everlasting Arbor was corrupted, from what I recall, from what Master Caven spoke of, early in the days of the war.
Great. when did this individual die? Did they die early or late?
They
That was-
died
In
nine.
life or in the war?
They died 975 of the New Zenith. The War of
And when
Ascension
did-
started 10 years ago from this inscription.
So how long did the war last?
10 years.
Oh,
so
we're at
it's
the
the end of the
End of
war.
the war.
Yeah.
So we're-
oh, okay.
After the war, if not at the end.
Yeah, we missed the. So it's already been corrupted.
But the war, he's like, the war is, and you can hear Antyr and Dogan, you hear muffled combat outside, so it sounds like
Yep.
it might still be going on.
Yeah, I think we're at the tail end of the
Perhaps.
war, so this is the
The
determining
final
factor.
battle?
And it was the last day of the war. Professor Arcane will say, and the final days of the war is when this city disappeared, and was when Armathan ascended and became. And that's when everything kind of got all fucked from there, I believe.
Can we kill Armathanen?
We can't
Is
skip
that
that
what we
boat.
just saw? Do we
They're
know
not a
what they're
god
looking
yet.
for? Where are we going?
Armathan's not a god.
Yeah. Before we leave, we need to know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I have no
Because
idea what we're going
if
to do.
all of us leave there, and some of us start fighting for one side and some of us are fighting for the other, we need
I
to know
mean,
We
who
fight
is
for the
what
side
we're
that's
doing.
trying to
fit
kill
in here,
Armathanen.
actually.
Okay.
The Fonkey
side.
Casuals single-handedly extend the war another century.
Possible.
I think we need to fight on the side that is going after to kill Armathanen, and then we aim to kill Armathanen. We fight for the
Okay.
city. We fight for the city.
Or we just. The tree.
I'm here for the
If
tree.
we have
plant
to.
the tree.
Yeah, if we have to fight,
Because
we fight for the
This city is the war is all of the gods, the good, the evil, and the Elkamirian gods, which defended the city up until its last breath. So there's three factions
okay,
of
so
gods here,
wait,
but not all
it's
of
been
them are
corrupted
allied.
already. So, right. So, but the ley lines are currently corrupted. It's been infused. So if we plant this tree, it should reset now, right?
Yeah,
That is the theory.
Okay, that's what we need to do. That we need to find a good, perfect place for this to be planted. Center of the city seems like ideal, right? Isn't that like where all
agree.
like,
Yeah.
the focal point?
Wherever we can find a plot of land to put it in.
Everybody, get your shovels ready.
in the murals and stuff, it looked like there's the city, the Everlasting Arbor was like nurtured and cared for in like a nursery, kind of in the center of the city.
Perfect.
Okay.
Then we were right.
Alright, well then, let's hope it doesn't choke me out again. We'll take it out of here.
What are the odds we see me dead or alive?
Very low.
Thank you, Antyr. This is weird.
Unless you came with
needed-
unless you came with Master Caven a few days before Dol Shadar fell, because Dol Shadar fell a few days after the city does, then you know.
Alright, so we're ready?
No,
This will ever be.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
Who opens the door?
I'll do it.
Okay. You push open the doors of the mausoleum, and the sound of combat just radiates from the entirety of the city. The city is flying, and it's moving while it's flying around. Not fast, but like it's like floating through the air and whatnot. You can see all manner of just people fighting in the streets, fighting against like devils, demons, angels. They're fighting like every imaginable like creature, like alignment and basically organization. Essentially, there's mind flayers everywhere. There's just every imaginable like Pantheon's forces are here fighting in the city. In the distance, you see like colossal titans that are like 50, 60, 70, 80, like multiple city blocks tall, just fighting like in the city. One of them is this massive, like, handsome, red-skinned, devil-like man with long black horns and a black beard. You see the original Lord of the Nine Hells stomping through the city and attacking. There's this massive, like, elven woman with, like, blue veins. Oh, no, she'd be gone by now.
Whoops.
Yeah, she would be here. You see these two massive, like, bears that are, like, each 100 feet tall, and they have, like, tusks, and they're covered in runes, and they're fighting off, like, other gods. Basically, it's just the gods having a full brawl in this city, and, Armathan would not have yet ascended to godhood, so he is not a god anywhere in this battle yet. And then you can see other gods that are kind of, like, doing their work to defend the city and protect the people, while the other gods are kind of giving a second thought to everything and ignoring the people. They don't care about the people, they don't care about the buildings. They're here for one thing only. And there are, like, a few other gods that are here to, like, seemingly help people. There's this tall elven god with, like, a bird-like mask, a raven-like mask across their form, long black hair, and they're wearing, like, a cloak. They're basically just like a floating raven mask on a cloak of shadowy black feathers, and they're moving around really quick and flying around. And they seem to be, like, protecting certain people and, like, shielding what looks like they're faithful. You can see, like, wearing, like, the same kind of garb. And one of the masks on the people that are devoted to this, like, god, it seems, is similar to the raven mask that is on Torger's side. Another god kind of moving through the streets, like, really quickly, hard to see, is this massive, like, pale woman whose body kind of turns into a massive centipede, and she's crawling through the city and also trying to defend the city and the people here, the Elkamirians. And you can see more of these elves. All of the people in this fight are these elves, like, they're tall 12-foot elves, and they're all fighting, and some of them are fighting each other, some are fighting to defend the city. And as you step into the War of Ascension and the final days of the War of Ascension, that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
Hey, caramba. Oh, boy. What have we gotten ourselves into?
A god fight.
We're
First rule
level
of god
11.
fight. Don't talk about god fight.
We're halfway there. We're
We're back in time.
If I could turn back
The magic radius was a type of old school of magic that doesn't exist anymore. That Antyr can slightly.
Justin got me again with weird magic shit. It happens every single time in every single campaign.
But
when will I learn?
Never.
Yeah, spoilers. It was just basically like the original form of chronomancy that Antyr borrows from, so it wouldn't detect as when Antyr casts it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.